on, cub. To your chair, buddy. Oh,
It's thinking.
you cubby. Go on, get in your chair. I bought you that awesome chair. You should go lay in it. I bought it for me, but
We
you
are
used
live
it.
on the interwebs, and there are a lot of people saying hi already.
Yay! Hi. Let's see if I can get Cubby on here.
Have hi to Barbara, AB's on, Ada's on, Kathy McGuire's on. So into sports. You are new for commenting, I think, that I'm aware
I
of.
don't remember that one.
I don't either. But
Here's my poodle boy.
oh,
The poodle boy.
I may have succumbed to the Aldi aisle of shame.
Ha!
And I got the $5.99 dog sweaters. They did not have one big enough for Jelly Roll, but they did for Willow
Well,
and Remy. So they have $5.99.
Jelly Roll would need the adult sweater.
So today is our 30th episode. So Chantel and I decided we needed to be very serious.
We dressed up.
So we
for you
dressed
guys.
up for you all.
Aww.
And
in our finest polyester.
I have the shark blanket on.
And I'm an avocado.
Yes. So we're
a smiling avocado.
So we're very, very serious today.
Serious.
I better go get my charger before I run out here.
Yes, it's
I'll be right
quite comfy,
back.
but it's also very hot. So,
it is quite warm. I just turned down my heater
by the end of the night.
probably.
You guys look so cute. Hi, Gwendolyn.
How you doing, Kathy?
I'm doing great. Hi.
Ooh.
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Chantel.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
I didn't say hi to you guys. I just start talking.
That's all right. That's all right.
We're all
Go
friends.
get what
now.
you need.
Go
Yeah, at this point.
ahead. I was just going to say, I really need help on getting the information correctly to the gentlemen who are taking care of the
cruise?
trip. Yes.
Ooh.
You want me to just connect you guys via email?
Yes, please.
Let me just do that. I will do it right now while we're chatting.
Because I'm going.
And anybody else that
You are
wants to
going.
get a hold of the boys.
Awesome.
I'm
I'll get
going.
the link in for everybody who is going. Who wants more info.
Did your
But-
husband get the time off?
Oh my God, there's a whole thing about that.
Oh,
So-
Lord.
Give us the scoop.
He got the week after the trip off. And
Oh,
his
no.
previous supervisor would let them switch around. So we figured no big deal. It's not a big deal to switch one week in July for another one. But his new supervisor's like, no, I'm not doing that. It's a pain in the butt. And so I was like, did you explain to him that this is not as simple as just changing the week you go on vacation? Like, it's a whole big thing. I'm contractually obligated for this week. People have already signed up to come with me. Like, we get paid to go. And our trip is like covered.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
no, I didn't do that. And I was like, well, just please explain that. So he's going to do that tomorrow.
Oh, no.
But long story short, it's highly likely that my parents are going to end up coming.
Good.
My husband. So somebody will come, but
That's a mess.
it's a mess. It'll be fine.
It will be fine.
They're like,
I
it
could-
sounds like we have more to do this time than last time. I was like, well, yeah, I'm the only teacher. And they're like, they couldn't get anyone else. I'm like, they wanted me to be the star of the show. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
good
well.
thing.
It is a good thing.
And it's not a very long trip, so it kind of makes sense. Although I would have loved to have helped.
It's all good. I'm sure if they back out, you will be my next person.
Oh, no. I meant like for English paper piecing. That too.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. But like, to help teach and stuff like that. They do a lot of these cruises though. They know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing.
This is really warm.
We are
Okay,
going to have
so-
18 hours of class time though.
Ooh.
That's awesome. For me,
So
That's a lot though. You'll have fun. You got
It
the
is.
energy.
yeah, it'll be fine.
There's nothing that drink package can't take care of, including all the
I'm
coffee.
going to be with my parents and children. I'm not sure how much.
I meant the
Coffee though.
coffee.
Hey, Kathy, do you
Clearly.
have an
Yeah.
8 at the end of your email? So I know I'm getting the right Kathy McGuire.
is there what?
Is there an 8 at the end of your email? So I know I have the right
Yeah.
Kathy. Okay.
Yep.
Good deal. All right.
So what's everybody working on? Let's hear about it.
Yes.
Oh boy. Like, I'm trying to get myself set up here.
Oh, don't worry about it. You can just sit there until you're ready.
Okay, somebody else start first.
Why don't you start, Chantel? Because I'm just ready to
All
eat
right.
it.
Well, I'm working on the never-ending block of the month. This is what I'm going to be working on for the next, I don't know, 75 episodes or something like that.
Oh,
It doesn't
no.
end.
And
I
a
thought I was,
thousand years later.
and
we
1,000
see
years later, it's like
Chantel
on my
still working.
deathbed, like, ugh,
I had to finish the quilt.
I gotta finish the quilt. It's not even my kid's style.
Yeah, you're in a wheelchair with
I
an
know.
IV.
I won't
and-
be able to see what I'm doing. You'll see my decline in my quilt.
Oh,
No,
no, never.
it'll be fine. I'm fine. I'm not mad at the
Everything will
project
be
yet.
fine. Everything's fine.
It's not in timeout.
That's important.
Yeah, it's not in timeout. It's a very time consuming thing, and I
Yeah.
really want to put the pedal to the metal. So I might make some kind of whole cloth or something here this next month, I was thinking, or like I used to make these things called quillos. Have you heard of a quillo?
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's a quilt that folds into a pillow.
Yep.
And you can make them essentially a whole cloth and fold into a pretty pillow. So I might do like the pieced pillow part of it and then like whole cloth quilt or something like that. Something that I can like turn out really quickly. So that, I get that momentum because it sure is nice to finish a project once in a while.
Yes,
Yeah, that's the problem with EPP. It's a slow process and you don't see that gratification.
And
that's
that
why
is,
I like my little guys because I feel
they are,
gratification every
yeah.
time I finish one. They look so cute.
Oh my gosh, it does look so, it looks
Look at that one.
curved and everything because of the way. Let's see all of them.
Okay.
You're like, okay, make me.
So this is the fabric that got me to start this project and got me converted because
Oh.
I was doing her darndest. But this is the fabric that when I cut it up, I was like, okay, yes.
Oh, okay, that's really cool.
We're gonna do this. So this is what I did on a video today for how I put them together.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Aren't they
then
awesome?
this one's maybe my favorite with the moth.
I love that.
I
You
like that
showed
one.
that fabric on the video that you were showing
I
me.
did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then this is the one where we have butt to butt here with
Butt to butt.
but that's okay. All right.
Butt to butt.
So I am also working on EPP tonight. It's my plan B. I was all ready to go finishing up some pajama pants because I've been trying to clean up my sewing room now that my
Right.
done so that I can work and not feel like there's constant clutter. So like last night I literally threw out 2 garbage bags worth of like a year's worth of trash that was in here. And
It's funny how it just
that was
like
me
it
too.
accumulates.
it does.
Uh-huh.
Like my dog was using the fabric scraps on the floor next to me as a cushy bed. Like that's where we were at with this.
Yay.
And
Loved
so
it.
he no longer has that. I'm gonna have to put a jelly roll rug down or something for him.
I'm getting
That's kind of a pun, but it's
Oh
not
my
for
gosh,
jelly
look at
roll,
that.
it's for Remy.
I'm
Look at you
getting
go.
You're going good.
Does it look
See?
okay?
I would be
Gwendolyn,
proud
you're
of
out
that.
of the crowd. You got to be EPPing with us. And we're all
I would be
here.
very proud of that. It looks great.
That is
Does
great.
Very scrappy.
Yes, all flowers, right?
It's just, yeah, it's all tiny flowers. So
If I cut
whenever I
into
see-
that, sorry to interrupt, but if I cut into any of my Liberty, I'll make sure and get your address and send you some scraps.
Oh, I would love you for that.
Yeah.
I'd really like to put some Liberty in here.
Oh,
Susan
and they
says
make the
she
best
loves
tiny.
your hexies.
Hmm?
Susan says she loves your hexies, Kathy.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah,
right.
so I was all set up to finish up these pajama
right
pants
back.
that I started like a year ago. And like
They-
I went way overboard. Like it's 20 some pairs of pajama pants that are in various stages of construction. And I'm at the point where they just need the cover stitch and elastic for the bottom hem and the top waistband. So I'm close, but then I couldn't find the stupid screw that I need to switch my needles around to switch it to a cover stitch. So now we're on to hexies because they were handy and I have to waddle around in the sharp blanket and I didn't want to go too far. So There we go. But Carrie
Sorry,
does
I'm
not.
trying to get us pulled up here so I can see everybody,
Yeah,
what
it's
everybody's saying.
definitely. I used to always like a big completed project, but I've slowed down a lot in the last year and have enjoyed the process more than the finishing, if that makes any sense.
I've just realized I'm never going to finish anything. That's what quilting's all about. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Maybe
for
it's just
some,
me. I don't know.
for some. So I'm certain that there are others who don't ever finish anything.
I mean, I finish, but it has so many steps to finish a quilt, right? Like the getting the pattern and the cutting and the piecing and then the trimming and then the actual putting together and then the layering of batting and all this stuff, and the actual quilting is another bear. So by the time you're done and bind it, you've done like 8 different full hobbies
This is true.
to get to one product. So I do like EPP for that. It's kind of a one-step wonder.
I never realized how awesome of a quilt you can make with EPP. Like, I didn't realize it until I started seeing a lot of things online. I'm like, wow.
Oh my gosh. Hold that up again, Chantel. Look at that fussy cut magic.
It's like, where are you?
Oh, that's beautiful.
And
on
the little tips have the littlest bit of,
like on the screen
I
that
know.
looks like when you look at well, you can't look at it with your
it's
eyes,
going,
but like an eclipse, how the light glows around the moon and the eclipse. That's what it looks like. It looks like it glows.
Susan says her hexie project needs close to 4,000 hexies, so it's going to take years.
Wow.
Wow.
At least there's no dog ears on a hexie project.
That's true.
That is what I'm dealing with right now, is all these dog ears, and they're very annoying. Although I'm starting to get to the point where I don't notice them as much. I used to notice every single time I got to one, but now I just kind of naturally fold it down and keep going. So, wow, 4,000 hexies. Whew.
Carrie thought she was going to finish a Storm at Sea, but now she has to make more documents. That's unfortunate.
Look at my messy room.
Mine is very messy
I've
too.
got sewing stuff everywhere. I have no room for it.
This room is for filming, not just for filming, but for sewing. So it looks like decent right here. But if you were to look at the floor,
I know I'm like this.
If you were to look in the closet.
My husband, I was like, come downstairs with me, because I've been down here most nights this week. And he's like, I just don't want to sit on the chair, because I have a chair like right off to here. And I was like, don't you worry, there's no room for you on that chair. I got at least like 4 different shirts on there right now from filming videos and changing and not putting it back. And
oh man, that's
you know
the
what
reality.
I got as a Christmas present? You know what I got as a Christmas present?
What's that? Ooh, kitty.
I got the AccuQuilt, the Studio 2.
I am not familiar with all the different.
So that's
that
like
the big one?
That's the big,
That's
like the biggest one that
fits
does
all their dies.
Wow.
It does the big presses, like what you would have for a business.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Getting when I was doing block of the month kits.
That's awesome.
And
I'm getting a new chair for my room, but it's here. It showed up way early, and John's like, "You can't have it yet." And I'm like, "Come on, it's just sitting over there. Just let me have it now," but it's not going to happen.
That's funny.
Yeah, I tried to talk him into giving it.
He's a stickler.
I tried. It didn't work.
Well, I just wanted one that actually cut more than just the portable Go Me.
Yeah.
So because I wanted the 5-inch square that, to cut the 5-inch squares. And I ordered it and I didn't realize that it didn't fit through the Go Me.
Oh no.
And
I've been looking at the electric one, but I'm putting it off. I don't need it. I have my little crank my bigger crank. It's not the littlest crank one.
Right. It's the other one. Yeah, that's
And
the one I was looking at. Yeah.
and I've used it quite a bit. I mean, there's things that I thought I would use for it that I haven't, and then there's things that I didn't think I would use at all for it, and I use it all the time. So
The nice thing is that I got the extended pieces, so I can use any of their dies. Doesn't matter if it's for the Gomi or the other ones. Anything will work through this.
that's
I would
awesome.
hope so.
Congratulations.
Get
That's
one.
a big present.
Yeah, that was a great present gift. Yeah.
And you get to enjoy it the whole holiday through.
Mm-hmm. I can cut 5-inch
so hot.
squares. I can cut about 50 of them in about 15 minutes. Less than that.
Like perfect squares, which is always
Oh,
you should see
apparently-
Stephanie quilt and cut things when she's not on camera though, because
Yeah, I
that's
can't
not
do it on
accurate.
camera.
That woman can like zoom, zoom,
I
zoom,
should.
zoom.
I'm gonna see that in person. I want to see that.
Well, what we're gonna do is different. What we do is gonna be nice and deliberate. But yeah, I have like a strip piecing cutting method that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a video a really long time ago about it, but I should do an updated one sometime.
You should, because
The problem with the way I do it though is that if you do one cut wrong, all
Mhm.
your cuts are wrong
Uh-oh.
on that whole section.
Uh-oh.
So you have to be very confident in what you're doing, and it's very much a measure twice, cut once situation.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to be like, "Oh crap!"
or it's a measure once, cuss twice kind of situation
or that
instead.
yes, maybe more than twice, depending on how bad it is.
Depending on how out of print that fabric is.
Oh, I've totally done it on
Oy.
stuff that I like had advanced fabric for that I couldn't
Oops.
get more of because it didn't exist yet in the world, and I always make it work, but
Mhm.
it's just
You're
better.
like,
when it
yes,
works.
it works better when it works. That
Barbara
that
says
should
for
be a
her
motto.
Friday night ritual.
Woo, I'm glad we're somebody's ritual. This is our ritual
yeah.
too.
I was like I was having withdrawals because it's like I hadn't been on for the last few weeks. So I was like ready to
missed
go.
us?
But yeah, I did. You miss your
Your
your buddies, the
homies.
We are
people that-
buddies by now. I mean, we've been doing this for 30 episodes, so 30th one, which is why
I don't know
Chantel and I
how
are
many.
dressed up
We're
very.
dressed up.
It's hard to
And
believe.
you
30.
guys
for the
look
occasion.
so cute.
I am dying though. If you see me doing a
I know.
lot
I
of
really.
this,
I turned the heat
I'm
off
in
early
the
in the day. I don't
basement
know
and
if
I
that's
am
true.
hot.
I feel like you
These
wore
things-
your avocado costume one other episode too.
Maybe. I have a
know I've
lot of
seen
these.
the
Was it like
pizza.
maybe episode 10?
Probably. Who knows? I got this one because my daughter has a matching avocado. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it because it's not a very flattering onesie, with the big brown tummy.
Oh
Just do a little shaky shake.
Just
It'll
did
all
a
be-
little.
no! Okay, I'm gonna put you guys around. Bill's coming through. Hold on. Come on.
You have a furry friend?
Or husband
Yeah.
friend.
Oh,
He can be a
the
they
furry
can be
friend
furry
too.
friends.
The one that
When we get
gifted
to
me
50, we'll have to
was beautiful.
come up
cutting
with
room.
everybody wears funny pajamas.
Give me
Funny
a
pajama
second.
night.
I just lost my needle.
Uh-oh.
I
You
know.
didn't-
I,
you don't
I
need
gave
it.
all my
It's all
funny
his
stuff to
fault.
my daughter when she moved out last year.
Oh my gosh. We're too comfortable with each other, guys. We're just
We forget
But
that we're
that's
also
good,
live on the
though.
internet and 1,000 or so people watch every
We
week.
don't really I forget we're on.
Whatever.
internet. I forget that we're recording.
Yes, it's
You
for
know?
real. And people do watch, which
Yeah.
they do.
still cracks me up because I mean, it
And I'm-
must feel like your girls are just hanging out in your sewing room.
Well, that's what I feel like when we get
And-
together.
Apparently, we're extra entertaining, though.
Oh, are we? I'm assuming that would be true. Yep.
Well, that's because we're
will
very
say-
unorganized about it.
That I've gotten some emails from brands in the quilting industry in the last week. So we might maybe Maybe we can get some sponsors and some
That would be
giveaways.
fun.
That would be
Maybe
cool.
we could organize ourselves a little now that we know how to
Totally.
get onto Zoom correctly.
Yes,
After
and we
30
can
episodes.
regularly get on at the correct amount of time.
I remember the first couple of times I tried. Boy, I'll tell you, I had troubles.
We didn't even know
Well,
how to
we had
start
troubles. We couldn't figure out how to put it live on the internet.
it.
We can figure out how to have
We
a
used to
Zoom.
allow people in the waiting room and into the thing without testing to see if they were okay. And we learned our lesson.
The hard
you
way.
Hard way, twice.
Yeah, I wasn't on that time, so
Yeah,
I think I was on the
twice.
following week.
You
Yes.
can't tell because whenever that happens, I have to stay up late and cut it out. So that nobody else
You have to be live to experience that. No, hopefully we don't. And just a note for all you guys out there, you guys can be in the live if you want to. You just have to try to join and answer a quilting question.
The link to join the Zoom is in the video description. We stopped putting it in the chat because we had some nefarious folks.
They had some really
they wanted to show us things that we didn't want to see.
Naughty quilt users.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if you would like to join, the link is always in the video description. We ask a question of you in the YouTube chat to prove that you are in fact a quilter.
And because sometimes your YouTube name and your name on Zoom are different.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
And somebody could always,
if it matches, then it's really easy to figure out what's what.
We have lots of pets today. I've heard cats in the background.
Yeah, my
cubby
Oliver,
already.
That's a story. My Oliver. He got out the other day. He was gone for 24 hours. I was panicking. He's Bernina.
He's the Bernina.
Bernina, the expensive cat.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's going to get sick because it was going to be a really cold night. And
cats are like impossible.
I was so afraid, and I know how skittish he was. So when I posted on the neighborhood watch, I said, don't approach him because he'll run, that sort of thing. Oh, Bill's got to go through again. Okay, go ahead.
He can walk through.
Well, not really.
Not really.
He's comfortable.
I understand. You can always turn off your video if you need to for a while too, and we can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
We rescued some dogs tonight.
You rescued some dogs tonight.
We did. We were on our way back from gymnastics. I was going to buy a turkey for Thanksgiving. And there's these two, a Labrador and a Beagle, hanging out on a very busy road. And I was like, you're not supposed to be here. And I was like, want to go for a car ride? And they're like, heck yes, we do. And I was able to bring them right over to their owner. They'd gotten quite a ways away. I don't think they would have found him. It was dark.
Ended up with a pet Labrador and a Beagle.
And Adam's like, you let strange dogs into the car? And I'm like, yeah.
Why not?
He's concerned.
He's like, I see dogs pretty often that I have to be like wary of. And I was like, yes, but you're a big tall man wearing a uniform.
I think
you're literally the post guy.
Yeah,
you are a predator.
Like a nice little lady going
right there. Yeah,
going. Hey, Corey.
Oh my God, you guys! I might have to go change. I am like,
you're dying.
You know what?
Are you having your own personal summer over there?
She doesn't need a furnace.
If she's gone for longer than 5 minutes, we know she jumped in the shower.
Oh my God.
Carrie also really says she needs to clean up her space.
I'll save
and
my
then maybe
rescue
Zoom
story until when she gets back.
Carrie.
Oh my gosh, I'm not leaving yet. I am hell bent on wearing.
Do you have a fan you can turn on, Chantel?
No, but I have a heater, ironically.
Well, turn it off.
It's not on.
So Carrie says she needs to clean up her space before she can join us, which
you'll be fine.
And two,
Oh,
Find
you
the
know what?
corner.
all you
Okay.
need is like the background to look nice.
I'll show her what it looks like.
You
I'm
don't even
usually
need
a
the background
hot
to look
mess.
nice.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah,
We've
that's
shown
real.
our mess on TV.
I know.
All
I
sewn
spent
up in
entire
boxes.
episodes just cleaning in here.
I mean,
Not sewing anything, just cleaning.
Stephanie's looks beautiful at that exact spot.
Yes, it does. Anything
Mhm.
over in that general direction is not so much. It's also like a pit of despair underneath the long arm right now.
It's kind of like how celebrities always look good because they know they're on camera, right? Like
Mhm.
they know they know that they're going to be on camera, right? So they are likely to do what they need to do to make the effort to look good. I have done
Mhm.
what needs to be done, the effort to make the part that's going to always be visible look
Right.
celebrity worthy, and the rest of
Mhm.
it is crap.
Yeah, you
Everywhere.
just shove it to the side and make sure the
It's on
camera
the
doesn't see
floor.
it.
It's just everywhere.
I mean, Chantel's
Under the
literally
long
dressed
arm.
as an avocado and I'm dressed as Baby Shark. So you can see how serious we are
This is so serious.
around here.
This is fun. I mean, although, it's,
Abnormal, yes, but
um, it's fun.
there is no normal.
Yeah, our normal.
It's our normal.
Let everybody work on this week.
Nothing. I haven't sewn since last Friday.
Really?
Oh my goodness, I
Really?
can't believe that.
Like, never
Well,
happened.
there's a story.
Oh, we gotta hear
Okay.
it.
Ooh.
If you want to
Okay.
hear it, it's not that exciting, but there is a story. So, I spend I would say most of my free time, my personal time doing sewing
Mhm.
and quilting and stuff like y'all. And my husband and I and our family, my daughter too, we have
Mhm.
played a video game for 20 years, and it is called World of Warcraft. If any
Yeah.
of you have heard of it.
Mhm.
Yes. So
I have
we've
a video game husband.
Yes. So we have played this video game for the last 20 years, and they're having their 20th year anniversary celebration thing going on right now where you get all this like free stuff. Well,
Oh, okay.
around the pandemic, I kind of stopped playing on a more regular basis because I was spending all my time quilting and sewing, right?
Mhm.
And so I maybe get on, I don't know, I would say maybe every other month, and he will grab if there's something special, my husband will maintain my account and whatever. I still had
Mhm.
it and whatever. But it was a whole thing because when he was active duty military, that is what we did as family time when he was deployed. So when my daughter was young, we would get on, since it's a MMORPG, and you get on and you like it's in real time and real time is passing and you can message. That was how we got to communicate with him when he was deployed.
Cool.
And so she kind of
Mhm.
grew up around that. She learned to read on that, became excelled in reading and stuff and all that. And so my husband still plays, he's a gaming husband. And he's like, yeah, anniversary, you're gonna play, and feeling kind of left out because he don't sew and quilt, and he's wanting that family time with wifey, right? Because if I'm not sewing and quilting, what am I doing? I'm watching my grandson. And so
Yeah.
uh he decided that he would like that. And I decided, yeah, I want to spend that time and have some of that. So this week I threw him a bone and dedicated the whole week, and I've gamed with him all week long.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
And you're probably hooked again, aren't you?
Well, it's not that I wasn't hooked before.
Oh,
It's
I know
just
what you mean,
that
but like
there's only so many hours in the day, and
Right.
I wanted to spend my extra time, sewing and
Oh,
quilting and doing
yeah.
that type of thing. So, yes, I mean, definitely, I get what you're
Okay.
saying, though.
you fell in that wormhole. You kind of
Yeah.
got the itch for it again.
So he's like, come on. He goes, can't we work out something? He's like, you do sewing, 7 days a week, all these different
Mhm.
groups you go to, all these different, activities and stuff. And he goes, can't I just have one day a week? And so now the new plan is we have one day a week that I get to game with him, and it is
Aw,
couples night. That's our date night.
that's
Date
cool.
night
That's our Saturday.
to World of Warcraft.
Yes.
We force the children to go to bed early, and then we listen to music or watch a movie or something.
Well,
We
that's
go
just
on
kinda-
vacation. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You ignore
That's
each
our
other.
thing. We literally leave the country and then spend time together twice a year.
So I
That's
will
awesome.
admit though, I have been aching to get this one block done and stuff. And then I have some new Halloween fabric that came in that I had ordered a while
You have
back.
more Halloween fabric
I know, because that's what I need, right?
in your life.
And so I need to cut those out for the, gazillion Halloween quilts.
How many
Really-
hamburgers are we at?
Yeah.
How many cheeseburgers?
I stopped
Hamburgers?
counting. When you get it in the mail,
Oh, shoot.
then you can tell me how many
For
hamburgers.
those of you who are new, Chantel and Gwendolyn got really into coffin hexies
Oh, yeah.
on an exchange, and now I'm belatedly joining, except I have not yet to buy my templates.
Yes, so I had to go
shame
back
on
through
you.
my
But I have
fabric,
a
recut.
large stash of fabric ready to go.
Yeah, so I had to go back through my fabric, recut all the ones for you to have some, but this is the coffin hexie for
And
anybody.
so we're all trading all of our. Okay, that is adorable.
Isn't it cute? That's Alexander
Oh.
Henry. That's a
I
retired
can
fabric.
tell, but that is something I've never seen before.
Yeah,
That is
That is
adorable.
so cute.
it's older fabric. It is from 21.
I better
So
up my
Mhm.
game. Maybe
I'm
start
telling
cutting them
ya.
again.
you gotta
Yeah.
I still have the pile of Halloween over here on the floor where you can't see it.
and I'm gonna start another Halloween quilt because I can't give too much details about it, but I'm pattern testing for a designer, and I have chosen my fabrics to be scrappy
Halloween.
Hello,
Imagine
I like that scrappy Halloween, like happy Halloween, but scrappy.
scrappy
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
I
I
love
have
pattern
one
testing.
quilt that I'm gonna have to do very quickly, because it is one that I designed about a year ago, and the fabric is now gonna be out in January. So it needs to go out.
Oh.
The fabric manufacturer is distributing it to shops. So I'm gonna have to do that like the week after Thanksgiving, probably.
You're
But-
good at that. You're good at
But
turning
it's
them
a
out,
panel, it's a panel quilt, and I'm gonna quilt it super fast and easy. But I did put, I'm calling it my depression quilt. It's not my quilt, it's someone else's quilt that I was supposed to quilt for them. That I totally just
Wow.
couldn't bring myself to do it. But it's on the long arm. So when that is
Yay.
done,
Yay.
I feel like I will be like past officially all the things. So
You will have graduated therapy.
I will.
So to speak.
Mhm. Mhm.
But-
Oops. Yeah.
Well, you guys
so-
made me forget I was hot for at least 5 minutes. So
This is just what happens when you're at a certain stage in life, Chantal.
I know. I think it might be one of those moments and less of the
Have your
polyester.
personal-
I don't know. I think it's the polyester.
I was having
Polyester's not
one
helping.
when I was filming earlier today, and I went upstairs and turned off my heat. It's like I can't do it. I cannot sit down here. And I was just doing hexie. That was
We finally got to turn ours on today because it has been pretty warm and stuff. And earlier it got cold about I don't know, maybe on Wednesday. And this today I was real cold. And I'm like, why is it so cold? And I went back and our thermostat was down to 66.
oh,
And I
that's
was
like-
perfect for me.
Oh, that's
I would love that.
perfect. That's perfect.
No, that's too cold for me. I like it to be more around 70 area.
Oh no, that's too hot for me. If I move an arm, I sweat in that kind of way.
Maybe
You know
that's
what I
my
mean?
problem. I'm working really hard. Oh my gosh. Oh,
And I'm hyperactive. So.
Just unzip your. You have
I
something
can't.
underneath.
woo woo.
See, I wore a shirt underneath specifically knowing that I might.
Hmm.
I did
Okay.
bring like an
Adjust.
extra pair of pants down here though, just in case.
I
Change.
I didn't because I thought that it would make me warmer.
I'm not wearing
She
the
has
pants.
it available, right? You don't have it on.
I have them to change into off camera. Should I need?
I'm wearing shark pants.
I do have a shirt on though. Have that.
No.
Okay.
I have a fin is what I have.
Otherwise, we might have to put
I'm
you
not
out
flexible enough to show the
off
fin.
the Zoom.
It's pretty awesome. We looked, so I helped Stephanie
It,
find
like,
these. We had to
waddles.
find ones that had like arms that could
It
come out.
costs extra money to have the arms where you can
Like,
take your arm out, but
where
it's
you can put your
totally
arms
worth
in the
it.
hole.
And there's a snap, so if I want to like close myself in the blanket, I can do that.
You should probably put an affiliated link up for
Probably.
that. You never know how many people are going to want a shark
You would be
pair of jammies.
sure. It's quite comfortable. My kids like to steal it. You need help putting Barbie stuff on? All right, come here.
Oh, I hate this part. We're trying to line it up.
Oh,
and
you know what? I don't know that I cannot put it on this Barbie. We need one whose arm is not bent like that to get the jacket on.
What
She
a
looks fabulous.
cutie.
She looks super cute.
Hi.
You
I
wanna say
like
hi?
the little dolly. What's her name?
Hi.
Why is your friend?
Why are your friends? Like an avocado?
Hi, huh?
Well, why am I
It's Aunt Chantel. Can't you tell?
She's excited to come to your house for Cookie Palooza.
Ooh, yay, Cookie Palooza. I'm going to bake, guys.
I'm gonna supervise Chantel baking.
I'm
Okay.
not going to burn the house down, guys.
Well,
After
me
all
and
that
Angela are
adjusting.
gonna help.
You are
Yeah.
indeed.
Oh,
She's very cute.
Thank you.
yeah. After all that adjustment, I lost my needle.
Oh, goodness. You need a needle minder.
We are a mess.
They like clip on like a little lapel pin, and then
Oh.
you can't lose it.
I didn't know that's what they were. I feel like
They're
I probably
awesome.
just stabbed myself. I have my
Did you-
little pin cushion. that
Did you
I
guys
love.
see that Anna Maria's book came out?
No.
What?
Is it beautiful?
It's beautiful. I have it one of the groups I was in, she showed it, so I put it in my Amazon cart. I can't remember if I hit pay or not. Because
Surprise!
I was rushing around. I gotta check real quick. So it's
Are
either
you
in my
talking
cart or
about-
I ordered it.
Are you talking about this book?
Look at you.
And look,
Have
and
it.
look, it's signed because I went to her booth and talked to her because she was supposed to be at our guild. She was supposed to be at our guild meeting in January, and we had a winter, kind of like a winter hazard that was coming, and so we told her just to go back to Houston because we canceled our meeting for January. So now we may or may not get her back because she pretty much is like not doing like a daily thing. She wants to do like
Yeah.
weekend things, and so we're hoping to still work something out with her. But yes,
That would be cool.
book,
He's
her
cool.
book, and
Those
she's
are
got
fun.
it for me. Yeah,
That's so cool.
There you go. There's your Barbie.
All right,
Well,
I got an
we're pretty
avocado. I got an avocado.
Chantel needs to have something to wear.
We're just all gonna pretend that I'm still wearing this, but I'll be
Okay.
back. Not
I
long
will
from now.
stay in the shark. At least a little while.
You're,
shark
you're
ate the
braver than me. I'm
avocado.
afraid of. I mean, I'm gonna have a rash.
I was gonna say,
did you get too hot? Is that what happened?
Oh my god, I'm boiling.
It's like
so
straight up
Stephanie, how long does she need to, you see the analytics, how long does she need to wear it to make sure that most of the people that tune in get to see it on the
You
on the
know,
video?
it's like all over the place. Like we'll have like 20 to 30 viewers like at a time throughout the whole night, and it ends up being like 1,000 views over the night's time.
Wow.
Right, but do they watch the whole thing or do they stop halfway through? Do they
I
stop
am sure
quarter
nobody
through?
watches the whole thing. I'm sure that's just us.
I'm sure we're
have
just
done
the
it
best.
when I'm not when I
So-
wasn't there.
So you might be safe then. You might be past
I
the
might be
threshold
good.
because the people that tune in, you know, I mean, Stephanie would be able to see how long that they watch, if they watch
You're
halfway
fine.
through or quarter through.
They definitely, if they see the beginning, they saw the
Oh, what's that?
avocado. So I got avocado and change because
You're all good.
oh
Yeah,
my god.
the shark ate the avocado. So
The shark ate the avocado for
With a
sure.
little bit of salt. That's the only
With a
way.
little bit of salt lick there.
that's funny.
All right, I am messaging myself the link so I can share where I purchased my hoodie from.
Oh, my Ollie story. I'll say it real quick. The one that's whining in the background. Since he was out for over 24 hours, I was worried because he hadn't eaten or anything. So I put some stuff out on our enclosed porch. And
Oh,
Yes.
Skipper's gonna gotta pee.
Oh, sorry, Lily's chatting. Come on.
oh, no
That's
problem.
really awesome.
So this gal who used to help search and rescue with cats, she's really good with cats. She retired, but she lives in this area, and she saw my post because I said, please, if you see him, call me. And she called me at midnight, and she said, I'm finishing my dishes. Where do you live? I'm coming to help you. And I'm like, what? She goes,
That
yeah,
was great.
I'm retired, but I'm gonna come. I have this need to come help you find your cat. And I'm like, well, that is sweet of you. I mean, you don't have to. She goes, no, I want to. I have to. And she did this all the time for people, but she said, I'm retired, but I just have this need to come find him. So she came over, and she was here till 4:30 in the morning with me,
Oh my gosh.
trying to capture my cat. And she goes, he was a little smarty because he was actually on our street. Our street is very long, and at the end of it is a club, a golf course, but country club. And we have a lot of coyotes here. So she was worried about him being that close to the country club because she thought, the coyotes would get him. So, but she got him to come up the street enough that he was only a couple houses down. So we put out the trap. She goes, you want to trap him or just leave it? I go, trap him because he won't come in. He's not been snipped yet.
Yeah.
So we got lucky. Bill got home. He works nights. So when he got home, he gets home about 4 a.m. So he goes, oh, hi, Oliver. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't mess up all our trap and scare him off. And because he didn't know. And then Oliver walked in the house.
It's all ready to go.
I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? Why are you all stressed out?
My dog said that a couple weeks ago. The wind must have blown open our gate.
It was windy.
And
that day.
it was like they'd been out there a while, but not like too long for me to be concerned about it.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden I get a ring on my doorbell, and we were all sick. It was the week we all had COVID. And there's one of my neighbors standing there with 2 dogs on the porch, and I was like, did you happen to see a third? And he's like,
Oh,
nope.
no.
And I was like, oh crap. And so then I'm like going out, and Jelly Roll was the one who was still loose, but she
Jelly Roll.
hadn't gotten too far.
Cute.
She waddles more than runs, so she was not very far, and she came right back.
And she
I'm like,
figured, oh no, I'm alone.
but I was just shocked that they just like followed him right up to the stoop. They knew where home was. They went right back to it.
Mhm.
So Remy never gets that far away from me.
I
I
was
mean,
just shocked
person.
that he didn't go further because she said, well, honestly, from my previous experiences, if it's more than 24 hours, it becomes a problem because they get further and further away. They get used to the environment being outside, and then they start looking for someone, like, because, he's doing his cat call here. constantly. So I opened the basement door and I was like, go downstairs and help. Please.
Somebody is smelling some female somewhere. But
You know what? It has to be that Ollie encountered some females when he was out, because my other cat is the same, and he's going crazy too. And he keeps sniffing Oliver. And then he has his hump blanket.
we love them,
Excuse
but
me
man, do they drive us crazy
Excuse me
sometimes.
if I can't say that on YouTube.
I think it's okay. I don't think we will violate the YouTube profanity to let that one.
Okay. he has his blankie. So he'll join Oliver in the cattle call, and then he'll come down here and play on his blanket. Let me tell you one thing, I will not be touching that blanket without gloves.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
Thank goodness they're getting in as soon as I can get them in. They were supposed to go, and well, someone wasn't here.
Dan is working on her new Juki soon.
Yeah.
Working on Christmas gifts.
Ah.
Somebody's rocking and rolling with their sewing machine.
I was going to use my sewing machine a little later, but I was going to put it on mute. So.
Now, is that your sewing machine that's sold out?
Huh?
Is that your sewing machine that's sold out today?
I'm wondering why y'all can even hear it, because whenever I do Zoom with my friends, we can't hear anybody's machines.
You usually have headphones on?
Never. I don't know. I have no use for them that I know of.
But
anyway, yes, I am sewing. I am on my last two borders. Where's my phone?
Maybe that's why.
I got my wolf quilt all done now, except for these two borders. I'm fixing to load it on the long arm. Hopefully get it done tonight. And then tomorrow put, hurry up and stitch a label and get it to the either FedEx or UPS, because my sister's birthday is Monday, but I have been sick with a cold the last few days. Well, last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say
talking about last week too.
And so I had like 3.5-4 days that I didn't sew, and so that wasn't cool. But here's what it looks like. So I have added so it had 3 more borders from this picture I'm fixing to show you. So it got cream, and then this tan or gold. It's kind of a brownish tan, whatever, and then black. So I'm on the black borders now.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's
pretty.
cute.
Very fun.
So it's going to be done here in a few minutes. I got
Awesome.
I'm putting the last 2 pieces on. They're already pinned. I just got to stitch them. And then
It's like before you go to a commercial break, they're like, coming up next.
Yes.
See the outcome of this quilt.
You'll only have to listen
Are
to
you the commentator
for these 2
Yes.
borders, and then they'll be done.
I feel much better.
I'm glad.
Avocado no more.
You never thought an avocado would be so hot, huh?
Oh my gosh.
So did I hear that somebody got a new Juki?
So somebody online got a new
Online
Juki?
got a new Juki and is about to.
Oh, Susan got a new
sewing.
Juki.
Yeah.
Yay!
I know a lot of people that quilt just use a straight stitch Juki and they love it, right? But
I got a straight stitch brother here that's like the same thing. And I've put it in the primary spot now over my Bernina.
Really?
Yes.
It's because you can get about a 1/4-inch seam out of it.
Yeah. So for the basic piecing, but for bag making, you got to go back to the other one. It's just not comparable for that.
well,
But-
I'm on my Epic 2, which is a Husqvarna.
I liked my Viking that I had.
Then I have the Brothers Luminaire 3 that I bought, but I tend to keep it downstairs So I have something to sew on when I'm downstairs, and then this is my upstairs machine. So I'm upstairs.
I think I'm having a hot flash, honestly, because I like still taking off layers.
They come at the worst time, I tell you.
and
Oh, a
he-
TL 2000. So yeah, that's a lot like the machine that's behind me. It's a really great machine.
I saw this new machine and I should have taken a picture of it. An advertisement.
Donna, I'm going to put you on mute just so you're done with your border, okay?
Oh, I'll do it. I can do. Oh yeah, you can do it, or I'll do it.
I can do it.
What did I just?
You're very loud today. So Chantel and I are seeing each other in real life on Friday
Yes.
Oh,
and Saturday. We're having
cool.
a cookie palooza. As when I was growing up, my grandma and aunts would have a cookie exchange, and so there would be a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of cookies. But nobody
Awesome.
had like a full batch. So you got the
Right.
variety of cookies, but not all of the calories. And
This is more like a teaching event.
well,
we're
it's
probably
also
gonna-
Stephanie's nostalgia event because
Yeah.
now I've been for the last several years, I've been making all the cookies, but they're all in my house. And this year I have nowhere to bring them because I mean, I guess I am in an office, but like there aren't a lot of folks in the office. And so this way we get to make them and share with Chantel, and then she's got cookies for her holiday party
Yeah, for my big party.
and
Oh, you're
so
having a big old party?
We have a big party for John's work. So
Oh, yeah.
his coworkers sort of think that we're insane, mostly me, because we keep volunteering for this Christmas party, and I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like, I love Christmas.
yes.
Yeah.
Do it every single time.
So
And then I don't have to do
So
a
we got a great house
graduation
for
and stuff.
hosting, too. So that's always good.
Yeah.
But so I'm coming out and we're gonna make all the cookies, and we'll have
Awesome.
two
I'm jealous. All those cookies.
KitchenAids go in at once, and the girls are gonna be helping.
It's going to be like
Cool.
having 4 children, like little girl children there, and 1 adult though, because I
Are you
don't.
one of the little girls?
I am one of the little girls
What
because I have no
recipe?
idea what I'm doing.
5 little girls, they have to trade off. Like every other person puts in an ingredient, and then they know
Oh,
that's just how it is. What kinds
It's
of
going to be
cookies?
like,
I haven't
all
totally
kinds.
decided what all kinds of cookies yet. I've got to figure that out still. I know for sure we're gonna do the shake cookies and we're gonna do royal icing because that is gonna be a fun time for the girls.
that's probably what I'm going to be good at.
And that is also Chantel is gonna excel at that, I think. So
I think that's what I've got in my pocket.
S cookies are super easy, especially for if the kids are gonna make them.
which ones?
S cookies.
What are those?
It's a I think they're known as an Italian cookie. They're shaped as S. It's real simple almond, flavored kind of a cookie. My mom always made those.
Yeah.
That's my Italian side of the family.
Yeah,
My-
I've got
My
my kids
grandfather,
help with a lot of cookies.
my grandfather Di Lorenzo, he always, taught implemented all of the Italian recipes in my family. So my mom made sure to pass those on to me and my brother.
Hmm.
I only have one family cookie recipe, and I don't even know if I own the recipe, but it has to be somewhere.
What is it?
It's like is it a molasses type cookie? I think it might have like a raisin or a cranberry in it. They're very unique, and I remember having them as a kid, and it was one of my family. They made a lot of pies, like the extended family, my aunts and my grandmother. But my mom was cooking special, so I didn't learn how to bake and cook the same way as everybody else in the family. Plus I tend to walk away from things, so I do know how to make some fudge.
We will
so I
keep you
could do that.
What next week?
We'll probably make fudge just because I know how to do that.
There you go. You
And that will be my
I just
offering.
want you to know, Chantel, that I'm coming with my roller container of flour that holds a 50-pound Okay, I'm gonna be doing that.
Can't wait.
Massive amounts of butter.
Cubby
It's
is
gonna
going to be
be
so
worth it.
confused.
It'll be
My
fun.
sister makes the best, and I mean the best. Um, oh gosh, I hate
You're
this.
like the best,
I
and
hate
then I
this
can't remember.
old age thing. Butter. They're Scottish.
Like a
come
biscotti
to
or
you.
like a butterscotch or a
The those they're real buttery. They're
Butter cookies. I tried those last year. I don't think I did them quite right, but my mom really liked them.
Oh, you could
Oh.
do those peanut butter balls.
Those
death
are-
balls. I
That's
have a
really,
peanut
Can you
allergy.
That would be
believe I
death
can't
by-
remember.
Oh,
the
that's
although I
right.
am gonna
name
get some sun butter so we can do peanut butter.
We were
cookies.
gonna try, yeah, we were gonna try something
Try
peanut
that.
buttery by using no peanut butter and seeing if it works out because it's not that I don't like peanut butter, it's just that it'll murder me.
Right, exactly. I
Can you
remember.
use a peanut butter flavoring and then do one of those Hershey Kisses type deals?
Chantel, is it all nuts or just peanuts?
Just peanut, and
Okay,
I
well, you could do
developed
the
the
pecan
allergy.
balls then.
Oh yeah, I could do pecan. Or
Amber
pecan,
wants to
as you
try-
say in the
Or
North.
instead of doing the peanut butter balls, you could substitute almond butter. Almond butter is really good if you
Almond
try.
butter tastes like almond though. Sun butter, in my
Something's
opinion,
bread.
tastes like shortbread.
Yeah, that's it.
Yay! Trivia 1.
Oh my goodness.
But sun butter tastes like peanut butter. Like it concerns me when I have it. That's how much it tastes like peanut butter.
Mm.
Angela wants to try gingerbread cookies because she is a gingerbread and a nutcracker this
I
year.
want to make a
Then-
gingerbread.
And then she
something.
wants to do her gingerbread dance for you in the kitchen.
Oh, my
Perfect.
mom has
Aw.
a gingerbread train from it's a mold to do the train
Mhm.
from Pampered Chef. She got it back in the 90s, and I keep telling her she needs to send it out to me. She hasn't used it since my daughter became an adult, so that we could make it for the boys. That would be so much fun.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Gingerbread.
I cannot believe I couldn't think of shortbread.
You were thinking buttery though, and that's a very different word.
It is.
I
But
couldn't
she
remember
makes
the name of somebody
best.
today, and
It
all I
melts in your
Just
mouth.
melts.
The ones that she makes, they just melt. Oh, so good.
send us recipes, guys. Why not?
Put
If
on
we
our
get through
Pinterest.
more than like 6 recipes, I would be happy.
I think that's a good goal, actually.
I think that's comfortable and
What I'm gonna do,
reasonable
though, is I'm
considering
gonna-
the kids and me.
I'm gonna plan it all out though, because some stuff needs to like chill in the fridge for a while.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, we just
Mhm.
bought an extra fridge.
Oh,
Hey,
did you?
that's an
Perfect.
adult thing to share this week. I got a garage fridge.
There you go.
Nice.
Very exciting.
I love my garage
Alright.
fridge.
We got a garage fridge. We finally bit the bullet and decided that our fridge wasn't big enough. And also, Cookie Palooza was a part of that decision, knowing that I was going to have freezer and fridge space for Thanksgiving food, but then Cookie Palooza. So, woohoo!
Very important thing.
How adult of me. Very
was
excited
very
about my garage
excited.
fridge.
I was very excited today to buy ham and get a turkey for free. So that was
Whoa.
also very adult of me.
Oh, we are adulting hard. We're having hot flashes and we're getting free
Midlife, it's
food and
hitting
having
today.
exciting.
I
Yeah.
fit right in.
Oh, man. We are really living.
Or
Living hard. Hard and
Look at
fast
our-
life
Living
over
the
here.
rooms in our
Viva-
basement,
Viva
sewing
loca.
together.
Hey, I still hang out in my basement, at the age I'm at. That's pretty cool. I
It's a
think.
nicer basement than the basement.
It's nicer than,
in
yeah. I still
And-
spend my Friday nights in a basement having a
Mm.
I
drink.
would,
So,
I would like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. But we're going to be live together next week, so that'll be fun. After
And
we
maybe
do cookies,
baking.
Oh,
Who knows
that'd
what's going
be
to be
cool.
happening?
maybe
that'd
we'll
be
be
cool.
decorating cookies in the middle of the night. That could be
I was
fun.
going to say, I'm going to have no more trees at that point to do.
We could do tree cookies. That's a good one. You can
I
decorate.
could
that
decorate
is.
tree
That
cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Susan says she loves snickerdoodle and ginger snaps.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
And
my God.
Suzanne said shortbread. She picked up on that.
So we
You
had
mean
this
you mean the
old-fashioned,
butter?
Yeah.
we had this old-fashioned sugar cookie recipe that I thought was like a family recipe,
Mm-hmm.
straight
Love
out of
this
Better
story.
Homes and Gardens. Straight out of it. I made them figured it out one time.
Oh
My mom's like,
well.
no, and I'm like, yes. Word for word, ingredient for ingredient, quantity for quantity.
I'm going to share one of my trees I just finished today.
Oh,
I'm very
that's
excited
fabulous.
about my tree.
Is she? Are you
Gwendolyn,
talking
do you
about
see my
cookies?
tree?
Oh my goodness.
Fancy
Woohoo!
pink tree.
My candy tree.
Look
I
at
can't-
that. That is amazing.
My children are
can't
going to see
see
your
it.
trees, and
They're
they're
going to be
gonna
like, yeah,
like,
I posted
Mom.
that one on Instagram, but you can see some of the detail of like how filled it is. Ah,
I can't
That
believe
is
I missed
so
it. I haven't been on
cute.
I just haven't been on Instagram, not on Facebook, not anywhere this week. I just been on
just
our
to the
game.
scale.
That
That's a
reminds
baby
me
grand
of
piano.
Willy Wonka.
Oh, it's so fun.
You would so win Festival of Trees if you ever did it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh well, yeah, I need an opportunity.
I'm
You
making
know.
you a blue ribbon. That's what I'm gonna send you.
Yay! Thanks.
Aw.
So I can, I have some skills, but they're not in the kitchen. Because that's where
have some.
Stephanie's.
You're
Can
gonna
I-
be great at the decorating and the sprinkles, Chantal.
I think I will. Oh, the sprinkles! I got the sprinkles. I'm
should-
great at making a mess in
I
the
have a
kitchen.
whole drawer full of sprinkles, Chantal.
Can I share
Ooh.
a really simple idea? It's not sewing, so but it's a real simple idea, really cool. And you can put it as a stocking stuffer or a gift, and it takes you
Yeah.
maybe 10-15 minutes to make it.
Now I'm like hyped up for it. Like
Okay.
10-15 minutes, gift done.
Okay. I'm using the Bible, okay? Just because
Oh, your bookmarks.
did I show you that?
Oh, I've seen them, but
Yes.
show them again because people maybe haven't seen them.
Okay. You take something that's flexible but firm, like a piece of cardboard or something, and you make it, however long you want, but the longer the better. And you crack open your spine of your book. So you measure this to see how wide it is. And then you take just glue, like basting glue,
Mm-hmm.
and you stick these they're 3/8, I believe, ribbons,
Mm-hmm.
and you just glue as many as you want to each side, and then
I bet you
I've
could
got
loop them
two
through
ways.
like a hole too.
Huh?
You could probably loop them through a hole too, or something like that, depending on what kind of material the bookmark is.
I'm
You
not
can
quite
loop
sure.
you can loop the ribbon through like a hole punch hole.
Like a hole punch, and then you can like.
Oh yeah, you could. What I did was what I'm going to do with this is actually
Mhm.
take a piece of material and glue it
Oh.
around the
So then it hides that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, and then you just take it and then you've got lots of bookmarks. You know how I don't know how many people read the Bible, but there's always references and you're always going back and forth. Like you could literally put one here, one here, one here. So you know where, flip it back and forth.
Yeah.
Or even
Yeah.
just if you have like a notebook, like I have,
Or
but I have
Yeah.
if you're like me
Yeah.
with my favorite quilting books
Yeah.
and I have like the patterns I
Yeah.
want to save,
So
those are my Bibles.
and you think, okay, well, one's going to be too short, but it really doesn't, because as you put them out this way, they will extend
Oh, right.
like that. Like, these are all kinds of colors, but you can color code these. So if you're doing a reference or you could do one color that says reference. You can use one color that is, let's say, quote, or, so you can find where you are, or
I can imagine doing that. Like when I was in church as a kid, there'd be the people that would like put their
always like
bookmark
the
in the
3 readings
hymnal
of the day. Yeah.
and like having it like rainbow colored so I would know like which song came in what order was like
yeah. Mhm. But this
I
is,
even had a thing for color back then.
I kind of did a real quickie, like,
Oh, that's cool.
It looks better with less. I do,
But if it's functional with more, then by all means.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's particularly the Bible, because the references and going back and forth, it's a lot easier when you have more. But for a regular book, and you can fit it pretty much in any book with a spine.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm always in my music, my piano books.
Again. Just a minute. I'll continue to talk. But
I've started playing my piano, Christmas piano too.
Yep. I started in October, but the kids hate when I play. Not Penny. Penny doesn't count. She likes music.
Currently, Angela is all about playing the piano because she wants to be in band and play the saxophone. And I told her that I would not teach her the saxophone unless she practices the piano. So she's very enthusiastically practicing the piano right now.
Color French horns are better.
Well, you see, we own a saxophone.
That is candy. We owned a clarinet in my family. It turns out I can only make goose noises on it.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. She was like, Adam was hilarious because he's like, she's too small for his saxophone. I was like, we have a saxophone and we would have to rent another instrument and pay lessons because I won't be able to teach her to use it. And he's like I said, you're playing the saxophone.
That's such an Adam thing to say.
It's a very Adam thing.
It's a dad thing to say in general.
But then he's like, you gotta practice. You're gonna hold everybody back. And I'm like, everybody sounds terrible to start with. And she was like,
those first concerts are gold. What are you talking about?
Speaking so bad. She's like, what's going on? This is not working. I was like, it's user error, Angela.
It's you.
You just need to blow from your tummy.
It's not me, it's you. It's your problem.
She did her first band practice Monday. She's very excited.
Oh my gosh. That's really cool.
Notes right now.
Well, hey.
Not consistently, but she can play 3 notes. But
I mean, a saxophone is not an easy instrument when you consider different fingerings. I mean, you could have been a college level saxophone player, and
I could have.
And instead you were in the choir.
Oh my God, that was horrible. I think everyone here's heard that story, maybe.
Oh well, I still think it's great.
I haven't.
Haven't. Oh, so I studied at conservatory of music for piano. I was very good at piano. And I had a scholarship to play at our college that Chantel and I went to. And as part of maintaining that scholarship, I needed to perform in an ensemble. And I was like, all right, where am I playing the piano? And they're like, nowhere. You're going to be in choir. And I was like, but I cannot sing. And they're like, no, you're going to be in choir. And they made me audition. And I was like, can you just put me in the lowest level choir? And they're like, no, you have to audition. So I had to go in and sing Mary Had a Little Lamb in front of 4 choir directors, nervous as all get out because I knew I couldn't sing. And then I'm auditioning.
And you were singing Mary Had a Little Lamb, which doesn't sound good. No matter
acapella for the whole thing. And it was bad. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm here for a piano scholarship and I have to be in an ensemble. And so I eventually got good enough to where I probably could have gotten into a different choir, but I never wanted to go through the pain of an audition ever again. And so I just didn't. I just stayed in my same little beginner choir my entire time. And then, like 6 months ago, Chantel hears the story. She goes, but you played saxophone. You could have been in band. And I was like, oh my God, I never thought of that. That would have been so much better than singing for 4 years.
I stayed in the lower level band because the other one traveled. There were 2 bands and you had the option basically of being in the one that, went 2 days a week or the one that went 4.
We could have been band geeks.
I know.
All
I'm
good.
still geeking away.
I gotta finish.
Ooh.
I know this one's really fun.
Sorry, Bill, I can't have you standing there.
All right, I'm gonna go.
That's really neat. That it's like different.
into my pants.
I'm
wrong
gonna
with
go
my
with
phone?
my pants.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna go
thinking.
put some pants on. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
That's fine.
I
We got
I'm
this.
officially hot flashing as well here. Actually, my feet are swelling. That's how I know I'm really hot.
Oh God. You know,
Feel like
they
I'm
should put
pregnant.
some air vents in those, like
I know.
gills.
I need like booties.
You
We need
know,
some gills.
heat actually increases the chances of you having a hot flash.
Well, that makes sense.
That's
mean,
why I don't like summer.
That's why you don't like summer.
Yeah, I
I
don't like
love
summer.
summer, but I love air conditioning too. There's a fine line there.
I don't mind being on a boat in a lake or something, but where I can cool off. But I do not like summer.
We did one summer without when we moved to this house, there wasn't a pool, and we had had a pool for the last 2 or 3 summers before that with the kids. And we did one summer without a pool here, and we're like, we just can't. So it was just too hot. The kids were miserable, you know, because Illinois summers aren't really, they're still hot and humid and gross. Mostly it's the humidity that gets you.
Yeah.
But
Like, I'll walk
it was like
outside and come back in.
with all those kids like being in your hair all the time, it was like, nope, not doing it. They're like,
Did you
I want to
get
go to grandma, grandpa's, go to the pool.
Yeah, you get irritated like really easily.
Oh yeah. It's like being
Irritability.
hangry. It's like hotry. I don't know. You get hot angry,
Yeah, I'm always like, no, can't do the heat.
irritable.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No thanks. God, I really don't want to do this project anymore. I am so over it. What should I make instead, guys? I need to come up with something on the fly.
Do you have okay, so you're working on
The
the
project that
window.
never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Okay.
Some people
are you wanting to
started
do-
sewing it, not knowing what it was.
Are you wanting to do EPP?
No.
You know what
No,
they could
for
make?
once in my life, no.
Mixed
Okay.
Domestic, he did that tutorial for those star ornaments this week. You can make some of those.
Oh
I didn't
yeah,
see the
EPP
tutorial.
one?
I do love making ornaments.
Yes. And
Maybe
they
I'll
would,
make another ball ornament. At this point, that's what everybody's getting for Christmas because I have not had time to make all the little potluck pals. It's a by Annie's pattern. So you can't like lightly read over and look at the pictures. Like it's a by Annie's pattern. You have to like read the pattern and do what the pattern says.
Right.
Or else it doesn't turn into what it's supposed to turn into.
Oh, the casserole.
Yeah. It was a great intention.
Exactly what you're talking about.
I had
My
good
husband made
intentions
cheese
for
fry.
that one. But
That's all I remember.
those are not getting done. So I'm gonna try to make something else. Maybe I'll make a pouchy or something.
My husband made cheese
Can't
fry.
remember what this is called, but this is a really cool pattern, like a little pouch. That you like
yeah.
Holland
a lot of
pouch,
people
maybe.
do those.
But
Are those salvages?
no, it's the fabric that makes
That's
it look
cool.
like old rulers.
Cool.
I like it.
And then
It's very you.
it is. I found it at QuiltCon. And then the inside's all old sewing machines. So somebody had quilted up this panel or something like that and then sold them like that. And somebody made the bias binding too, and I bought it like that. So this came together in
Record time.
20 minutes, you know, because it was all basically pre-made stuff. Except this time I would have to make it,
Apparently
actually
it's called a
quilt the thing.
Hemingway pouch.
Hemingway, there we go. Holland, Hemingway, close. Yeah,
did
it's really a cool
you-
pattern.
do
My
really
favorite
cute-
Ernest Hemingway quote is write drunk, edit sober. I followed that very, very closely in college. Very closely. And I got A's in all my classes.
You wrote.
There
Yeah.
you go.
How about just
That's
Pop a
funny.
bottle of wine, write an essay, edit it in the morning, turn it in.
That
How about
seems
the-
appropriate. Oh, cubby wobbles.
pillowcases? Really cute.
Oh yeah,
ones.
I've never made a pillowcase. I can make pillowcase.
You could do that without a pattern.
Oh,
You
I
can-
know the
or
pattern.
Or you can take an old pillowcase and just pull it apart and see how they did it.
You got to do it the burrito style though. That
Oh yeah, the burrito. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
call it a hot dog pillowcase.
hot dog pillowcase.
Yeah,
I like
isn't it
that.
the way?
Because
What are you eating? That looks
They're
good.
really cute.
Adam made cheese fries. And I'm not
Nice.
supposed to tell this on the internet, but I'm going to anyway. He almost burned the house down
Uh-oh.
Oh,
because he somehow turned on the oven with the air fryer, and he had the air fryer on the oven. And so now there's a big plastic mass on my oven that I need for like cooking.
I know how to take care of that. I've done that.
Oh, good. I'm
Similar
going to
thing.
find that out.
You need that heavy oven cleaner, like the toxic stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
And you need one of those well,
Like-
you have Pampered Chef stuff, so you probably have the Pampered scraper
I mean,
that you use for
It is.
cleaning the stuff. And you do have it because you used it for your bread when
That's
you brought
the
your
thing.
bread.
that's a different
But they make like a putty knife that's for like scraping your glass tops of your
That's fine.
yeah. So you have to have the Noxus, the cleaner that like makes a lot. Yeah, I've made a lot of burn messes, so I do know
Yeah.
how to fix
I'm
those.
You have
gonna-
any Thermabrite?
Burn an air fryer.
Stephanie, do you have any Thermabrite?
Mm-mm.
That's
have
what
to
I
get
use on my glass top.
Okay.
And it's
called Thermabrite,
yeah.
SER.
C. I think it's C.
CER, like ceramic,
Okay,
right?
that makes sense.
And
Okay,
it's
I'll find
it's
some.
not I mean it's it's gonna have a cleaner smell, right? But it's not like terribly whole
But to
house
get the
toxic.
plastic
There's the
off
whole
of it.
internet about this because I need to figure out what the heck to use on it to get it off.
Yeah,
of it.
we need to figure it out. So
Oh,
how
I
bad
love
is
it.
it that melts?
Oh,
I've
it's
used-
bad.
I've
The whole
gotten-
thing is covered in the
I
Yeah,
would
I've gotten real
actually-
bad stuff off of it. The other thing you could do is put a little bit like to beginning, if you're going to try some scraping and stuff, because you want to be careful what you scrape your glass top with. You could put a
I
little
would-
water on there, like hot water, and try to. I was going to say maybe turn your burner on, but it depends
Yeah,
on how thick
You
your
get
thing.
that out.
because Target does not have
To
it.
heat it up a little bit so you can actually move it.
Yeah.
That oven cleaner is like not exactly a healthy thing to smell, but when you burn an entire
Burn
plastic
that.
container onto your oven, which I
Yeah.
have done,
Yeah.
it works.
So apparently the
Let me get it. Hold
air
on.
fryer is currently outside in timeout and is
Oh.
probably ruined.
Oh no. I love
And
my
we
air
use that
fryer.
thing all the time.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
love-
it
terrible.
made a good last meal, I'm going to tell you though.
It made a good last meal. It really,
It went out well.
if you were gonna go out, this was the meal to go out with.
Went out with a bang.
Literally, yeah.
A belt.
It was on fire.
It was.
Sure.
There you go. That's what it is.
Let me figure out. Maybe I can get this quick on Amazon.
And you get like these little scouring pads especially made for it, and
Mhm.
and I just wash off, put the water on, put like boiling
Mhm.
water, real hot water
Mhm.
on, wipe off, and then put this on, let it sit for a little bit, use the little scouring pads, and
Ooh, ceramic
anything hard comes right up.
Perfect.
Wow, wow. I
You
hear
get like
kitty.
the steel wool ones.
I think they're more of a plastic, aren't they?
Mm.
Target does not have it. I'm checking out.
Ugh. Target always has everything.
No, but not
Just
this.
put
Not like Amazon though.
if you have a ceramic top, just say ceramic top scrubber for
Ooh,
cleaning.
there's a whole kit. A whole cleaning kit.
Oh,
And
Be like, I'm
Like,
gonna
literally,
put this
I
in the
can have
cart
it by
along with my
Tuesday.
air fryer.
All right. All right.
Vinegar and baking soda will clean a ceramic stovetop.
Okay.
She
Mhm.
has
That's what I
big
use.
melted mess on there
It's
though.
a melted mess of plastic. There's a whole kit. It's got a scraper
Yeah.
and some scrubbies, and I'm gonna do
Stuff
it.
that
My
won't
my
crack
mother-in-law melted a black plastic food container in my oven.
Oh
Like the
no.
whole thing was on fire in the bottom of my oven while I had other people over, of course, because our dog eats everything. And so we had stuck a food thing in there and she didn't check before she turned on the oven to see if anything was in there. And so it had melted a food container onto an entire plastic food container, black onto the bottom. And I was able to get it off with that like oven off, whatever.
It is
And a
arriving
scraper.
Sunday.
Good. If you can get it Sunday, by all means.
There we
I'm
go.
really sorry to hear about your air fryer. I
It's,
know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
it's a sad day in the Sebbing household.
Oh no. Yeah,
It
taking
actually
note of what
fried
needs to be
itself.
bought for Christmas right there. That's funny.
I'm laughing to myself
All right.
over here.
So last week I promised that this week I was going to pull that fabric and show you guys. Do you remember what the fabric was?
Oh yeah, you were looking for something.
Do you remember
I
what it
don't
was?
Or what contest?
What is it?
I don't remember what the context was, but I remember you looking for fabric.
Who remembers? Chantel, you remember?
I had to leave early.
I wasn't here.
I was like half out. I went on vacation this week. It's good.
You were
You
half
Just saw
out.
Pink live
I
in
was
the
kind of
concert.
half out knowing that I had to go on vacation.
Okay. It had to do with cats. You remember now? Anyone?
Cats chasing birds or something.
No. Cats eating birds. So you're close.
Oh no.
Ready?
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That is
It's like eating mice and stuff.
Why can't I see it?
It's eating little mice and things like that, and little birdies.
Why am I not able to see it?
Because it looks like its tongue, but it's actually like
sorry,
Oh, there it is.
it's following. It's actually birds and mice, and the cat are eating, drinking. There's
my
one
gosh.
of the cats drinking milk.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Adorable.
How cute is that? It's old fabric. Gosh, I don't
Oh
even know.
yeah, I can tell it's old. Like it has.
It's a Michael Miller
style to
though.
it.
That's a Michael Miller fabric, right?
Really?
Yes. It's not like it's trash
It's
fabric.
not ancient. It's not.
yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if there's a date. I'm looking. It's called The Cat's Meow by Michael Miller, and there is no date, so I don't have a date. But yeah, I've had it for a long time because it's so special. I'm afraid to use it in anything.
You're never gonna find anything like that again.
You're
Well,
gonna die with that fabric.
I'm putting a couple of them in the Halloween quote.
Oh, I think that's fine. And it's like torture.
Yeah.
It's cats. Cats are a Halloween animal.
Right.
And they are eating.
I mean, come on.
But
I mean, I need
there's
it.
gonna be somebody out
He's
there
so
who's like, that's so violent.
So happy.
Whatever. That's what
You know what
Halloween's
I mean?
about. She also is giving us tarantula fabric, the ugly fabric.
The tarantula. Oh, Stephanie, you wanted the tarantula one too, right?
I'll take whatever. It'll
Okay.
be fun. Whatever.
The tarantula cracks
Well,
me up
you know,
because it
there
literally
are
won the
real-
ugly fabric.
There are real arachnophobics out in the world, right? So my mom.
Oh, I'm like not a
Yay.
snake person. So if you have anything with like life-like looking
No-
snakes,
no
I want
problem.
nothing to do with it.
No,
No problem.
nothing. I don't think anything else is lifelike except for the tarantulas. But my mom is a real arachnophobic. Okay. And so, gosh, I'm thinking I was third grade and I had come home. I didn't know this about my mom. I mean, I knew she didn't like spiders because, my dad always killed the bugs, but I didn't know that
How bad it was.
Yes, was like terrified.
phobia.
And this was my lesson, right? So I came home from school and we had a Halloween party. And what is the typical Halloween gift that you get on top of every cupcake in the 80s, right?
Oh yeah, the spider ring.
Spider ring. And so I had one and I thought it was going to be so funny. She was at the stove cooking and I walked up to her and I said, Mom, and I put my hand on her shoulder and I said, there's a spider on your shoulder. I am not kidding you. In lightning speed, she turned around and backhanded me and I flew across the room from how hard she hit me in the, in the face and the head. She just backhanded me and I flew across the room about 20 feet. I mean, I was like,
Was she trying to hit the spider or you for trying to scare her?
What?
Was she trying to hit the spider or you for trying to scare her?
I don't know. I wasn't trying to scare her. I was trying to be, I was
cute.
In third grade.
Like, look at my ring, Mom.
I was trying to be funny, Hey, look, there's a spider on your shoulder because I had on the ring, right? And yeah. So I don't remember if I mean, of course she was apologetic and stuff. I had a black eye. It wasn't like it wasn't like she was intended.
She was really afraid.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was a whole that was the lesson how I learned that my mom's an arachnophobic. So
and you don't mess with them, apparently, according to your mother's reaction.
Now and she was on that trip with me when I found that fabric. I found that up in Pennsylvania when I went to
the tarantula fabric.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And so I had to hide it the whole trip. I had to hide it to make sure she didn't see it because I didn't want her to freak out.
That's terrible.
It was really funny.
Oh my God. Sorry, don't mind me as I come over here.
But that is why I make sure to ask, because you never know what person out there is gonna be like.
I mean, I might wake up in the middle of the night and be like, spider, but then I'll come to you.
You can't.
I worked with a gal at the vet's office. You couldn't say the word spider.
Yeah.
You could not show a picture in a book of a spider. It's like, oh, come on now.
I have trouble with pictures of snakes, but they always look like they're just curled up there in the book. Just so gross.
A lot of times they don't look real. They look like one of those rubber snakes.
All rubber snakes look real to me. I don't know.
For whatever reason, as a kid, I got in my head,
shivers thinking about it.
I thought snakes.
There goes the hot flash.
Like catapult from the ground like 25 feet toward you, and I've never gotten that image out of my head. I don't know why it's there, whatever. So I've never really liked snakes, and so I've always made Matt kill the snakes because our house backs up the woods and stuff, and so we get a lot of snakes every year. We probably get 2 or 3 that come into the yard.
That's terrible.
Yeah, usually copperhead.
Great,
but
not okay.
So
you found my terror point. You're like, let's poke it. There's her knockout button. Found it.
So one year,
Gwendolyn just goes across the room.
Sorry,
you really have to disturb a copperhead for it to bite you.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one year I was out there.
Maybe I'll bite it. I don't know.
I had went to our gate to the side and there was one and he wasn't around. And I was so afraid that because I don't like them. I'm not like terrified like your reaction, but I definitely run really fast and I don't go back. It's like, no, if there's a snake, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to be close because I just had this image from as a kid that any snake can catapult like 25 feet in the air and come and kill me.
Now I'm thinking about that.
And so it can't happen. It's not a thing.
I don't think you can live in Texas with Donna.
But so we got
my daughter live in Illinois where most of the snakes are just good for the garden, they say.
Yeah. No, if they come close to the house, they're dead. I don't care how good they are for the garden. But my daughter and I, we got the shovel and the rake, and she pinned it with the rake, and I chopped off its head with the shovel.
Oh my gosh.
I felt like I was in a massacre movie.
All right. We are creeping out the folks.
Okay. But that was funny. Sorry.
Well, I had to finish it, You have to know that it died.
Anyways, Halloween fabric is fun.
Chantel was my phone a friend this week.
By
How
the
about
way,
that?
how's the weather?
I called Chantel. I knew she was on her vacation, but I was like brushing the doll's hair and like trying to get them back and put together. And I was like, what's going on here? Chantel and I are obsessed with American Girl dolls, by the way. And this is Rapunzel.
Yeah.
She has a lot
Yeah.
of hair.
She's got a lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
Beautiful hair.
And I'm like, did Lily put something in this? Because it felt weird. And then I smelled it and I realized the dog had peed on the doll.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no. And so I knew Chantel would be my person. So I called her and she
And I
answered
answered.
in the middle of Disney fireworks.
I'm in Disney World. I'm like, even if my husband called during like right before fireworks start, I wouldn't have answered. But I'm like, Stephanie wouldn't call me unless it was really important right now. Like she knows I'm at Disney World. Like,
yeah.
And so
I
she
answered. She's like,
me
my
through.
dog peed on Rapunzel. It was like, wow.
This is what you do. And then she called when she got back home to check and see how Rapunzel was doing.
I had to make sure Rapunzel was
How
okay.
is Rapunzel doing?
She survived.
What
She
was your
doesn't call it
process
dog
for
feeding
cleaning it out?
It's Dawn dish soap.
That's it?
It's just Dawn dish soap and water. You have to be very careful about American Girl doll eyes because they'll rust. The mechanism that makes them like move is made of metal, so you can't submerge them.
Wow. I
But
didn't know that.
a whole bunch of random facts in this weird head of mine.
Yes.
I'm making hexes now. There's an eyeball.
Actually, I
Giving up.
like people with weird heads because they're very intelligent.
I would say
And-
that I meet that criteria, although based on my interest level, you would think I was 80 years old. Like I like hand sewing and collecting dolls.
Right now, there is a meme that's really, or like a sound that's really popular on TikTok that it goes, I'm 27, I'm a geriatric. I like a trinket. Give me a good trinket.
What?
Give
It's
me
like,
a good
I like
trinket.
a trinket. And it's all these like, people like millennials like going to the thrift shop and buying the little things to put in their house. And
Oh, I have a good trinket actually to show.
yes,
I've had him for many years, but he's my footstool.
where on earth did that come from?
A trinket store, a thrift store, of course.
A trinket store.
He's just, I mean, he has cobwebs on him too. I mean, he's just like
have you
somebody's homemade, like carpeted turtle. He's the best little footstool. That's what they're talking about in that. It looks like a chia
It
pet.
It does look like a chia pet.
There's a trinket for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I definitely identified with that because I'm like,
Yep.
like I was excited to put out the Dickens Village. That was my grandma.
Oh man, I'm so jealous of your Dickens Village.
Apparently there's more in storage somewhere because it said box 1 or 2 of 2, and I do not have 1 of 2. So it's somewhere in storage.
Ooh.
So
I apparently have gotten a lot of people on board for this like Christmas early thing this year, and I could not be more proud.
why not?
It's just something to be
Actually-
excited about. You know?
My children have been singing Christmas
makes-
carols nonstop. And
It makes
Taylor,
it. I'm sorry. There's a
ahead.
delay. There's a delay, and my ADHD gets ahead of me sometimes.
I have a
My-
mental. I'm advanced in what I'm already thinking of like 3 sentences ahead when you're saying something. But I'm also like behind. So if I blurt out something about like a tarantula all of a sudden,
Yeah,
you
with
know.
something
we
way back
banned the
when.
tarantulas. We're creeping out the folks on the chat.
no more tarantula talk.
Tarantulas
but,
are now off limits.
So I'm guessing that they don't want to see the tarantula
Probably not.
fabric.
How are they doing? How are the people?
You could take a
on
chat
the,
vote, Stephanie. I say
yeah.
put a chat vote in, and the people that
Does
don't.
anyone want to see the tarantula fabric, or are we creeped out by this?
I think everybody's creeped out by it.
There's that thing.
It's
that
not
mimic
that
and
bad.
vote.
It's just ugly. It's like a happy ugly. It's not so bad.
I'm just hoping that
They can
tomorrow,
always close their eyes.
when I go over to Iowa, I'm going to be able to get the thing that I need to change my needles around on my serger.
Well,
Because
like I said, as
really
soon as you
love-
get it,
We have a very big no on the tarantula fabric.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry.
I don't really want to see it either, and it's going to be in
when
my
are
quilt.
you going to
I
Iowa?
can't blame you.
Well, I live on the Mississippi River, so
Oh,
It's a
okay.
normal trip.
I'm in Iowa multiple times a week from Illinois, depending on what's
So
going
you're
on.
okay. I was gonna say you're on the opposite end then.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not far from me, Iowa.
Are you Nebraska?
I'm Kansas.
Okay, yeah, you're on the other side then.
Yep, way.
No, I'm in the Quad Cities, so right where I-80 hits Illinois and Iowa. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Where the river goes east-west on Illinois,
I told
Iowa.
the boys we need to do a river cruise that stops in the Quad Cities, and then I can show people
good
around
idea.
like my stomping ground.
Yeah, right? Let's do a river cruise. That would actually be really fun.
Yes. We will not go by my house because it is a landscaping disaster and constantly needs something.
It is not a stop on the cruise.
It is not, but we can go see.
I can't wait because I've never been on a cruise. Never.
Really?
Yeah.
The transatlantic was my second cruise that I ever went on. And I went one with my parents. It was like a last hurrah kind of vacation for all together when I was a senior in college.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like I'm so like just yeah.
I'm
There's
really glad
always
you're going to
something-
go.
Hmm?
I'm really glad you're going to go.
yeah, is your sister
know.
coming? You guys are gonna do it together?
No, just me.
Okay.
My sister, I'm not sure what's going on there. So
It'll be fun. It was the funnest time.
It was a good time.
and she told me go. And at first I was like, no, not without you. And she's
Oh,
like,
and you make friends so fast.
Oh my
Like you
gosh,
can be on your own. And
yeah.
a lot of those roommates ended up like you could tell you would have thought they came together.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
They got along so well.
I'm very a personality when it comes to talking with people or being around people. Like I don't have a problem saying anything, you know. So I'll walk up
It's
to
the
you
people
and
that
say,
don't want to hear anything.
I do enjoy my
Sometimes
time, like when at the end of the day, when I get back to myself though.
Mhm.
Especially like when you're in a teaching situation like that, it's like being on like the whole time. So, and I'm sure it'll be interesting with the kids, although they behave themselves better in public. But this is a long time in public, so we'll see how they do.
They're still kids, I always have
Like,
to
there were
remind
multiple
myself that.
There were multiple times today when I was driving them around to activities where I would turn on Taylor Swift and I would say, I don't want to hear anything unless it's singing along with the lyrics because they just wouldn't quit bickering with each other. It's just like, I can't listen to this constantly.
Well,
Like,
I have a bit of an age gap too, so it's like
they're 5.5 years apart, so that makes
but
it
mine don't have an age like my older two don't really have an age gap, and I swear they couldn't be more different. I wasn't fussy cutting these, but look at how that one turned out with the little bird sticking up out of there with his wing. Pretty cute.
It's cute. Now you have
Yeah,
to
I sometimes I order these when I need to get to a shipping minimum on the iHeart Tula. I'll like order these. They come with the hexies for making the paper piece hexies.
Yeah.
So I'll order these little like 2-inch, 2.5-inch stacks or whatever. And I'll make a whole bunch of hexies out of them all.
Mhm.
And they're just haphazard. Sometimes you get a really good fussy cut and sometimes you don't. But to have something to sew immediately without much thought, Stephanie likes to make sure that they are all like cut as little hexies.
Well, that's only because these are the leftovers from my.
Well, that's true. And you're trying to fussy cut that center so that you get it right into the actual hexie, which does make a difference on this. Like getting that centered on there is a little harder. You can kind of see the light going through it. Like it's not easy to do with a square.
Well, and like I'm not gonna like I still have my first adventure with Hexies was with the actual traditional grandmother's flower garden. And I just
Mhm.
took fat quarters and cut them up into 2.5-inch squares and went for it. And someday I'll get myself back to that project and I'm not gonna fussy cut that stuff. But
No.
this is different because to me, this is like the memories of the quilts that I made that I want to be like a really special quilt.
It's like a scrapbook.
Well, it is. And so I am okay spending that time on this,
Oh
knowing
yeah, for
I have
Yeah,
sure.
no
that's a
deadline on it.
really cool idea.
Yeah.
Really
I
cool.
love it.
So I need to get a bin for my ones that I finished at some point.
Okay, I'm just lightly ironing this because it's kind of wrinkly.
Jan says, how about a land cruise? I think they call those bus tours, but
Maybe it is a land. I like Land Cruise sounds fancier.
it does.
It does.
Maybe like in a trolley would be cool.
And
I
tell
will
my kids
say
we're going on a land cruise to grandmother's house.
I probably can't say anything too much about it right now because nothing is official, but I did have a meeting this morning with someone who asked if I was interested in teaching in person at any events at all. And I said, well, it really would depend, and I would really need to have a lot of advance notice with the kids.
Right.
Grandparents on board with helping with them. But a couple of times a year to go do a big thing with all the expenses
Whoever.
get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can take somebody along that really wants to be just hanging out with the like people and watch your children at the same time.
Well,
I
usually
know a
these
person.
things I do know a person, but usually these things happen in what do you call it?
Far
It's
off
usually when they're
lands.
during school.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there was no chance of the kids coming with back in May.
It is distracting.
Way wrong time of year.
You have somebody. Just
I don't know. Her kids are pretty far advanced in what they're doing. It would be quite the disturbance to them.
right.
Yeah. I'm constantly running them here, there, and the other place.
He is.
This is the most hilarious example of how busy my kids are and how on top of it you have to be in order to get them where they need to go. So my mom stayed with the kids for the first week that we were gone. And I had printed out this 3-page document that was single space that had everywhere they needed to go, what time you need to leave, where it was, what they needed to wear, all that stuff. And
The full itinerary
whole thing
for the children.
My husband texts me while we're on the boat right before his
My God.
mom is there and goes, my mom is wondering where everything is supposed to go. She's not sure. She doesn't have any information. I was like, you mean the 3-page single space document that's magneted to the fridge?
That's been magneted there over a week.
That my mom has been following just fine. So
that was really a funny moment. It was funny, and like at the same time, you could just see the like blood drain out of her face when he like gets a hold of her for this. You mean that document that has everything that ever happens ever on it? That's on the middle of the fridge where you eat the food that I left you? That thing?
There also was a time where Chantel and I were on we were having a nice day in the solarium, hand sewing, watching
that was the greatest day.
Atlantic Ocean go by. It was awesome. And then a phone call because Lily's sick and needs to go to the doctor. And I was 45 minutes on the phone with my mother-in-law and my husband, helping them schedule an appointment for Lily to go to the doctor. Like, oh my God. I've never
you guys are better than this. You can do it.
Well, Adam, no. Like, I understand.
No.
I take care of the things. We run out of toothpaste. Toothpaste magically appears in the bathroom. Like,
it is magic.
It is. It's magic to be a man. But I love that, Kathy. You're doing so good.
So good.
But my mother-in-law, I kind of
expected her to
be able to handle it.
It looks great. I don't see holes. Yeah.
I was looking for, through the light to see if there's a hole like where I connect them. I don't see any.
And even if there is, the quilting will It'll
Yeah,
float out.
put it together.
Yeah,
But that looks okay then?
I like
Oh, it
it.
looks wonderful.
Thank you, because I wasn't too sure with it being so scrappy. But since
You
I
know, but that's the
stained,
thing. You got scrappy everywhere. So it's fine.
yeah,
Well, yeah, it's not like one area is scrappy and the others are like this organized color gradient.
right.
I think the color is like well placed throughout it.
Well, thank you, because what I tried to do was take 4 or 5 individual pieces and sew those in a bar that kind of go together,
Mm-hmm.
and then do that all throughout. And then I would take 6 of them and kind of coordinate those, and then I would put to this.
Yeah, I
So,
think your method worked out. And now
yeah,
you're probably used to the color gradient and you kind of have an idea of where
yeah.
where
See, I
and when to
wasn't
put
in a,
something.
my problem being that I don't want to keep getting bored with the fabrics that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I should, because I have so much, I don't know if I should like bring in different fabrics after this. Like,
Well,
is
your
it
goal,
gonna
I mean, your primary goal was to just have floral fabric. So I'd probably stick to that because that was always
well,
now
yeah,
if you want to branch out, being that it can be a
different,
bigger floral that you can't necessarily tell that it's a little floral or
yeah.
you know
This
that
is
kind
as
of stuff.
big as I
But
get them.
yeah, you can still tell that it's a floral. I would stick to your primary goal. That way you
Right.
still have the guidance of it. Otherwise it's scrappy everything. And for you, it was all about the floral.
Yeah. And I'm branching out since that was the beginning. I want to do bold. I want to do bold color on,
I
on
would
my on my
I would
next
get like
one.
a fat 8th or fat 16th bundle of like Tilda or Liberty or something like that, where you
Yeah.
get just a small amount.
There's
Like,
a website called Duckadilly where you can order
oh, I
small
love Duckadilly.
of
I love Duckadilly.
Duckadilly. Let me
Yep.
write that down.
Duckadilly, just how it sounds.
Okay. All righty. Oh, I
It's
have
as
That
adorable
website
as it
almost got me in
sounds.
trouble. I started adding a bunch of Neon Betsy because I missed out when we were in London, and then I was like, no,
I had a little bit.
you do not need to spend this much money on Neon Betsy.
Oh, Liberty is
You do
a
not need them all.
slippery
I
slope, slippery,
I know.
Liberty, slippery,
It's like, Stephanie, you bought
making up
Liberty.
words.
You have Liberty that you will do things with, and you will have scraps left over. You will use that. You do not need any more right now.
No, need no
Like-
more. Ugh.
Although I do very much enjoy being on their newsletter because they send out something called the Sunday papers every Sunday.
You were
Yes.
awesome.
And I'm not in it. I'm just subscribed to it. And I just like getting it because that's a fun subject title to me.
Right, right. Well, I really like the Liberty florals.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so beautiful. And
They
the
are.
touch. I made a pillow out of Hexie's Liberty. I
Mhm.
actually still have that project sitting about. I'm almost done with that one. I guess I could work on that. But oh, it was just the most lovely fabric to hand sew.
Yeah, they say that it's really soft.
It is very soft.
It's very soft and fine, but not necessarily lacking strength, right?
Yes.
Like it.
Yeah.
Their Tana lawn is just awesome.
Oh,
They really don't have that much quilting fabric.
And I wouldn't even suggest going for their quilting fabric if you have the option of the lawn. It just feels so lovely.
If you can do the budget for the lawn, do the lawn.
Just do the lawn, yeah.
Lawn?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
called Tana Lawn.
Oh, Tana lawn.
AWNA. And it feels
It's most of their fabric is lawn. I mean, they also have silk and things like that, and you don't really want to touch that.
No silk. No silk.
that's like, what was that? Like 98 euro a meter or something.
It was outrageous. Oh, are we finally done, Donna?
Oh yeah, I've been done for a while. I just now sewed my backing and I'm ready to load it. So
Let's see what
Whoa.
it looks like.
this.
I didn't see it if you showed it already.
let me show you the picture because I mean I can hold it up, but I don't think you're going to be able to.
I would love to see the border, the way that you did the border.
Mhm.
Because that had such a cool like what the star look to it. What is that? Like a saw, not really a sawtooth star, like
It's what is it called?
I can't think of it right now, and it's
Yeah.
There
clearly
you go.
Delectable Mountains.
Are you
There's
talking
the
about like
top.
the
Oh,
Texas star?
that's so beautiful. Well done. Did you use your AccuQuilt?
Nope. No,
Just did
because
it.
I had
Okay,
the reason
there
you
we go.
the reason I didn't use AccuQuilt was because these were all different sizes and I just needed to cut I need to cut that angle, right? So I did use my little favorite mini simple folded corner ruler to cut my
Right.
pieces, and then they look like AccuQuilt, right? But here's the rest of it.
That is gorgeous.
Wolves.
Oh,
That's awesome.
it
And
looks
this is
great.
going to a sister.
Just going to my sister in Arkansas.
Cool.
It turned out really, really good.
But I like the way it turned out. So this was, I kept searching, right?
I was
like,
thinking Hunter's Star, but I don't think that's right.
no, this is, it's just angles. It's just angles.
I know,
stretched.
but it kind of has that big star look, and I can't think of what I'm thinking of
Are you
right now.
thinking like the Texas star?
No, I'm thinking more like the
So this was what I went off of.
stars that are really big on quilts that are like basically
Star?
they're
Lone
built on
Star.
diamonds. Was it
Lone Star.
Lone Star? There we go.
Yeah, Lone Star.
Yeah.
I was thinking, Texas Lone Star.
But this was a free pattern, so this is what I used. I was having problems because it was a landscape,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was
So
side to
you
side.
made okay.
So I just did this, only I just did it with my panel. So I had a pattern, and this was free. It was on, I don't know, it says 2023 e-quilter is where the pattern came from. But I thought I was on some other, I was thinking for some reason it was a free Moda pattern, but let's see what, it's not really telling me what the fabrics that they used, I don't think, on here. But anyway, it was supposed to
You're
be
getting
like,
good comments on that. Very pretty.
I was surprised. Like I was, I was worried about my fabric choices because it's like I'm not buying fabric. I don't need, I have fabric. So this was like the black in it is kind of like a mottled. I don't know if you can even see.
It's almost like
Like a
grunge.
grunge.
Yeah, it is. It is like a grunge, but it's not. And then
Okay.
the brown, I didn't really think it went either, because it is actually like a tan or gold, and then it's got brown flowers on it.
Oh, that's
Let me
kind of a
see.
fun detail.
From a distance, though, it just looks solid.
But the color, like when I laid them out together, and see this edge, this right here is burgundy or a wine that was that was on the panel, right? So that's not even a brown, that's a wine color. I don't know if
It's pretty.
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
This right here. And so
I think it's great.
This is the brown that I used. And there's the black that I used. But I thought the colors went well with what was in the panel.
And I think you're completely right about that. It reads like you pulled it right from the panel.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm very happy, and I'm happy. It's almost
you
done.
should be.
So
That was
I'm happy for you because it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna switch us around, I guess, so I need to get it loaded because I need to quilt it.
You got to get that done.
well, because I want to mail it tomorrow, right? So
I need your eyes.
Turn around.
So I want to let me get you switched around.
I need your eyes, lady.
What do you got?
I want to know, is that a good sequence? Or is it out of sequence?
I feel like the red needs to be in the middle.
Flip it though with the light.
Yeah. Let's see it now.
Yeah, I can't see. I can only see two of them. I would put that lighter one.
This one almost seems like it's not, or
But
I
maybe
would
the
do
light
white,
one.
red,
This one,
white, green, white.
Because the one is really
I
light.
think, yeah, I think maybe that one needs to be changed.
I think that one's fine. I think you just need to put it in between so that
Okay.
it's like not.
So
Okay,
it's like a
what about
light,
this?
light, medium, light. The fourth one over is still reading as a white.
Okay.
So
does
right
this
now it
one-
looks like it's green, white, white. And you want
okay.
like
I see
green,
what you
white,
mean.
red, white, and then like a color, or you want white, green, white, red color. That actually is a little better. Either
Oh,
that
did
or
the
move that
other
one to the
one-
front.
Did the other one look better though? Like, okay, here's another whitish one.
Instead of green being the first one, put a white at the as the first one. I think is what Stephanie was saying.
Well, mostly I
Oh,
think
okay.
you need
Like
to
leave
have,
the green where it is, so green is second.
so just so that there isn't like some of them are busier than others. Like that one that you just pulled up is not.
So you have
busy.
white, green, and then you need a white, red.
So you just need to make sure you're giving the eye a place to
Oh,
rest
I
in
see.
between.
I see. Kind
So
of
like
like,
alternate.
okay. Let's see, like that. That.
Suzanne online is saying that she hand quilts and it does take time. So
Oh yeah.
Does that look
Yes.
better? Or is this one off?
That one could be the middle one, maybe. And then move the middle one to the end. So swap
Okay.
those two.
Swap them. There we go.
All right, what do you think?
I think we're more balanced now.
Yeah, that looks better.
Okay.
I
All
like
right.
that. That's fun.
I like that green.
That is
I
a
just-
cool green.
Yeah. And see, when they're put together like this, they're gonna look really good.
Oh yeah, they'll look great.
The biggest thing, especially when you're dealing with a lot of really light value ones, which you have on there, is to make sure that you are spreading out your medium and your dark value. So that way when you
Right.
look at it as a whole,
Usually I
it's not like they're all centered in one
kind of
location.
like this.
The white stands out a lot more, yes.
Like on that one, your blue stands out big time.
Because all your whites are together and so they
Yeah.
read as one big unit.
Which is fine because that's going to be one thing.
And in this, yeah.
whole.
And in the
Yep.
general sense of the scale of everything that you're
Yeah.
doing, it's
Uh-huh.
not going to be noticeable. But I think you do
Okay.
have a lot more lighter colors than you have darker colors. So sometimes you might have to double your light colors next to
Like
each
when
other
I
just
add
because.
on, make sure the
Get some darker values in there.
Exactly.
yeah. See, I did different ones because I wanted to be able to put them in different spots.
That
Yeah. Oh
makes
yeah.
sense.
Being new at this, it's like, so, you know, I
But you'll
learned the grayscale, which I started using, but I hadn't used it on this. I thought just pick them
Like
and
where you take a
throw 'em
picture of your
together.
phone and make it grayscale.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's such a cool trick. I mean, we are so blessed to have our technology that we could just snap a
Oh,
picture
no
and
kidding.
change the color on it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, when I was in design school, it was, I mean, we didn't quite have that technology yet. It was very much like, read what color this is in black and white. Like, what color
Mhm.
gray would it be? Yeah, it's so easy now. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, the hand
Okay.
quilting. I'll hand quilt, like I'll do the large stitch. They're talking about hand quilting and I'll do like the large stitch hand quilting, but I have a lot of the books about how do you say it? Trapettino?
Trapunto.
Yeah.
Trapunto. There you
Oh,
go. I
yeah,
knew it was
yeah.
like Pinocchio. That's what I was thinking in my head. It's like it's not Trapettino, but it's kind of like Pinocchio.
It's a
Trapunto.
Pokio.
But I have some because I like to collect the old vintage like quilting books. Gwendolyn likes her old quilting books too. And and you
Mhm.
see what they do. Like, I mean, those are tiny. I mean, they are going down and up and down and up. It is not this like rocky motion. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Never
Up,
get the hang of hand quilting.
down.
You know,
up,
and you're working in a hoop or something, because that motion to get it all even and that tight of stitches, whew, I
And that
just can't.
almost looks like
I
a
tried
chain.
really hard to get that down, and I never figured it out.
I
It was just not.
It's
in
one of
my-
those things that it took me trying once to be like, I admire this, but I
Like-
just can't.
I had, you know how I knew I could hand sew? Is that one my daughter's in-laws, they went scuba diving and they rented their gear. And I guess there was a worn patch near the the bottom. And
Butt's fine, I think.
yeah, I think so too.
But
it was like really frayed. So what I did, I sewed it together and it looked like it actually wasn't torn at all. And I did that just off the whim of my,
Yeah, I can do that, but hand quilting is a whole nother manner. Sam says
Yes.
she can't big stitch because it's like
I
anti
can-
what she's worked really hard to learn.
and that's
But she
completely
doesn't
fair.
She does not use a hoop. She does it just
That's
normal.
amazing.
Yeah.
Which
That
that's
is
how
an
I
art.
was being taught to do it too by somebody who was a really talented hand quilter, but I still I could not figure it out.
I got to a point where I realized that, I can sit there and hand stitch fabrics together, but to hand quilt them was beyond my attention span. Although not beyond what I can admire. Holy moly, so cool.
I really enjoy it.
Although
Yeah.
part of me thinks if I'm going to hand sew this entire thing, I should probably hand quilt the entire thing. But given that I
part of
want to
me
like
thinks
finish
that
it
is
when
wishful.
I'm 80, this is probably not going to happen.
Yeah. There's
I'll probably be
there's a
quilting.
difference between piecing and quilting in that manner.
Right.
It is just a different art.
It definitely is. I haven't figured out what I want to do. It's probably going to take me a long time to quilt it because I want to do, since they're hexies and there's small space, I can space it out, measure it out pretty evenly. So, but I want to do something special. I don't want to do just a straight, grid. I don't want to do a grid.
Whatever I do, I want each hexie quilted individually. And if I quilt by check, then that's
You know
fine.
what?
If I do
What
it myself,
about
that's fine.
What about a little flower in the middle?
Well, I feel like Stephanie's going to go in there and do something almost unique at every single middle to every single flower. Like the flower will be cohesive. The middle will be its own thing, and each flower will be different. If I had to guess,
there will be
what
ruler
Stephanie would be doing.
central on something like this is what would happen.
It would what?
Ruler work central.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way I can make it like perfect.
Yeah.
Without a computer.
You got to start getting in that, you got to get all, but then again, I'm a free motioner all the way.
I like free motion. I just don't, I'm not as, I have 3 stitches that I'm really good with on free motion every single time. And I modify them to where it looks like I could do a lot more.
And that's important.
It is
being
really
able
important.
to
how you mix and match, how you modify, how you do things like that. But at the end of the day, I have 3 stitches I can do really, really well. And so,
but a ruler, you can do anything straight. That's
exactly.
Totally
well,
fine.
not just straight. There's all kinds of rulers out there.
That's true.
And so you can get a lot of really cool combinations, and it really is just a matter of your imagination. And it's gonna go where I want it to go. Whereas it isn't always gonna go where I want it to go with free motion.
Well, the thing I like about free motion is that you just have to be like, oh, whatever, I'll do better the next time. And, but I can do it a lot faster. But then again, I think that I'm maybe a little abnormal.
You are very
You?
good at sketching and doodling. I've seen your chalk drawings on your driveway. Like,
That's true.
you are better than the average bear when it comes to that. And that translates to your quilting. So
yes,
yeah. Not that you
yeah.
haven't worked very hard at your quilting, because
Oh
you
no,
have.
that's I think that it has come a little more naturally to me, and it's also something I'm very interested in. So it's going to translate
Yeah.
that way. The ruler work class was great that I took, and I learned what I needed to learn, and I learned how to use rulers when I want to use rulers. But I have to admit that unless I'm doing perfect diagonals or perfect circles, most of the time you can get those good straight, like while you're free motioning. But to everybody's different. I mean, I went to art school. Like I'm gonna be able to. I've had drawing classes. Like it's gonna come a little better. It's gonna translate.
I got free classes from my father, the artist. So
Yep.
you go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm done.
Oh, I just my big thing is that I was so impressed by how some people can free motion, and then I realized I could take classes and do it myself. So most of my quilts have been a project in like, well, I could pay somebody or I could take a chance. And taking a chance is a lot cheaper on most of my quilts.
Says her mentor did it. She hand pieced and hand quilts, and what she enjoys is she can take a wall quilt on the plane to Buffalo to Seattle and almost got the whole thing done in one flight. So that's pretty
wow. Good for you.
I'm impressed because
that is
most planes make me tired but not able to sleep. That's where I am on an airplane.
I finally fell asleep on the last flight when we were coming back from transatlantic.
Those are flights that are rough.
I felt bad for the person sitting by me because I knew I did not smell good.
There's no way
been traveling for
good
24 hours, and I had had the same trains and
probably smelled just fine.
It was really bad. It was really, really bad. I had tried, so I made the switch to Lumi deodorant, like, I don't know, almost a year ago. And when it says 72-hour protection, that's in the winter if you're not doing anything strenuous.
That's the non-Italian version of hours.
So, like, by about 24 hours in, it was starting to get ripe. And then I had this crazy, like, experience at we were flying to Boston,
maybe
something like that.
Boston.
Basically, there was an interior route to get to the terminal I was in, but multiple employees told me I had to go outside, and like I did not feel safe at all. Like there was nobody around, and it was hot as blazes.
That airport was under construction,
and I had way too much luggage, and so I was so sweaty by the time I finally got to where I was going. Like I could feel myself being damp, and I was just I knew it so bad.
There was no getting past it. We were a mess.
And then
we had separated at that point too.
At that point, yeah, we were going to different ending spots.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't even know if I told you this. So when we touched down in Peoria, it was right after the shuttle had ended, and they put the wrong lot on our ticket that we had where we parked the car.
Oh, no.
I'm going around, and we had been gone for 17 days at this point. I'm going around like trying to beep it, and with all my luggage, which is a significant amount of stupid luggage. I'm already stinky and sweaty, and it's hot. And I'm like, I can't find it. I ended up calling 911, and I was like, I don't know if I just can't find my car or if it's been stolen. Really and then the police officer came, and I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like driving me around trying to find it. I'm like, I smell so bad. I'm so sorry. And then I made it like halfway home, and I couldn't stay awake any longer because we'd been up for like 30 hours at this point.
Yeah.
Traveling. And I went to stop, And I called my husband. I was like, this is where I'm at. It's a really brightly lit truck stop. I'm sleeping here. And he's make sure you're home. I'm like, you think I'm gonna get a full 8 hours in the middle of a truck stop? You clearly
Like we're getting an hour and a half and
like
then
that's
moving
all that's
on.
going on. And I like went to lay down and I could like smell myself and I had to like have my arms real close to my chest because otherwise I couldn't stand the smell of myself. It was so bad.
Oh
So
God.
bad. So
I have
will
a feeling
never-
we're not getting sponsored by Lume.
Probably not. It works really well for the first day. I will say that. And it
There's
keeps the legs from
nothing
shaving.
that works well for 72 hours. I'm
I know.
sorry. It
It's
just doesn't.
You know, there's
And
a
not on an airplane, traveling during stress.
Yeah.
No.
there's a quick way you can actually help yourself. There is use the sanitizer.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
It's
Hand sanitizer?
Yeah, just put it on a tissue and just wipe.
Oh.
Yep.
It seems so easy now.
does.
I didn't think about that.
Very helpful information.
I mean, as a mother, I've used the baby wipes before. Like,
Yeah,
My husband today, it had been like 2 days because I didn't really need to leave the house and I had migraines for 1.5 days this week. He's like, did you
oh,
shower today? I'm like, do I look like I showered today? I have makeup on and my hair is done. Like, it's
there's
like, oh, yeah.
signs that I actually took a shower. Do I
here's the
smell?
proof.
He's like, well, I thought you looked pretty nice. I was like, well, thank
Oh,
you.
that's now.
That's a good comeback.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Nice save.
That was a nice save.
He loves me.
Well done.
He just isn't
Oh yeah, of course he does.
even though
They just like to
I
put their
spilled
foot in
his
their mouth.
tea all over
These
the
men.
internet about his air fryer mishap.
Oh man,
Oh dear.
that really sucks.
He uses
know,
it all the time. It's fine.
Okay. Does everybody know what this
Is
is?
that a pumpkin? No, what is that for?
Oh yeah, it sharpens your needles.
I never knew that.
I found that out
There's
by
no-
falling
there's
down the
something
wormhole
with
of
a
why.
needle sharpener.
So I fell down the wormhole one day about why pin cushions are tomatoes. Can't remember any of the part about why they're tomatoes.
They look like
However, the
strawberry.
thing that hangs off the tomatoes is supposed to sharpen your needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's full of grit.
There you go.
Yeah. The
And if you
grittier the
And
better.
if you don't have one of those, I just poke it into my hair and it sharpens your needles or your pins.
Your
You just
hair?
run it
Really?
through your hair for a minute.
My
Yes.
luck is go right into my head.
It is the best. No, it's
Yes.
the best thing. So if you have long hair, you can just do like this. But I usually have mine
That
in a
really
bun,
that
and I
really
just poke
works.
it in, and it sharpens it. So I think I'm
Oh.
going to start saving my hair and make me a pincushion full of hair.
Oh, there you
I
go.
love it.
You would get along with
Do
the
you
Victorians.
think unwaxed floss would work?
I don't know, but I feel like Gwendolyn needs to hear this if she didn't hear this.
Okay.
Can you sharpen a needle with your hair? Dada
Yes.
says you can.
Yes, or a pin. So
What?
let's just say you're piecing, you're doing something right, and a pin it doesn't want to go through, right? I'm
Mhm.
seriously just run it through your hair or poke it in your
But
hair bun or whatever a
does
couple
that
of
work?
times, and it's like a brand new pin.
How many
How does
times
that
have you stabbed
work?
yourself in the head doing this?
I've
no,
never
no.
stabbed myself in the head.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
And I've been
skeptical.
doing it for
I'm
years.
skeptical, Donna. I'm skeptical. I'm going to try it.
She's
I
got a
wanna
lot of
know
hair.
how-
That's why I asked Gwendolyn.
a lot of hair.
I
Hair down.
want to know how that
What
works.
if you put it through your hairbrush?
What?
Well, I don't
Like
know,
if you
but
run
I
the
don't
pin
know.
like through your hairbrush that has hair still in it.
Yeah.
No, because
Would that help?
you're running it through the hair. You're
We
running
are
it through
Very
the
slap happy, close to midnight right now. I'm just
I
saying.
know.
We've
Now,
done well.
okay, how do you use the needle against
We got to
your
see
hair?
this.
You actually do
You have
this.
to demonstrate now.
Yeah. Do you like
Right,
just
watch.
like that? Or
Okay,
You
watching.
just let go of your hair and go like that, right where your hair's at. Toot, 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 toot.
Like
Or-
rub it on or rub it through?
And here's the bun of my hair. I just poke it in. Poke
I
it.
would stab myself.
And
in
it's
the-
sharpened.
Can you
Where's
imagine
my
doing
needle
that
at?
at the airport?
Candace says maybe it's from the oils in your hair.
Yeah,
That could
I don't
maybe
think it
make
has
sense.
anything to do with the oil.
I
All
wanna
right,
know
we're
how it
doing this
works.
right now. We're trying it. Look at
Everybody
us.
poke your head.
You guys are hilarious.
Take a pin that's when you have a pin that's a little bit dull. Like I said, you're trying to push it in, right? Look at
Yeah.
all right, that's good. 2 or 3 times. Now when you run that through there, it's gonna go real smooth.
Oh, it is smoother.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Are a miracle worker. Oh my gosh, in my pin cushion. So
Tips and tricks.
a good pins.
Candace says we look crazy.
There you go. Just run them through your hair.
I'm recording this and I'm
Candace, yeah,
totally
y'all
gonna
look
put this
crazy, we
out as a
know.
short this week. I'm just gonna warn
Hey,
you all.
is that not a cool tip? Does it not work?
That
It is working. I don't know how or why,
I
but
And
just
don't,
don't
and don't
know
ask
this.
me where I learned it, but I've been doing
The
it
midnight
for 40 something
placebo effect.
years. I think my grandma or my great aunt or something, because they were the sewers. But
Oh,
I've known it for years and years, right?
this literally is going through so much smoother with my EPP.
Oh,
It just
Why
ever,
does it work? Why
and
does it work?
it doesn't. You don't have to do it a lot, right? Just 2 or 3, 4 runs through, or poke it in your bun a couple, 2 or 3 times. That's it.
okay. Here's a picture.
Donna, look. So here in my pin cushion, these are my pins here that are my good pins. Every time I get a pin that I can't, that's bad, that's like hard
Mhm.
through, I put it on the side here. These are
Because
all
it's in the corner.
So
Yeah.
now just take those out and poke them in your bun, and you're good. You put them all, move them all over to the new side. Now you can move them over to the new side.
Jan says we're goofy. We are goofy.
We are goofy.
You're
It's almost
right.
midnight. We've been doing
Hey,
this for a while.
it's
Picture
I'm
this.
skeptic. I was a skeptic, and you made
I'm still a skeptic and I poked myself. So
Okay, picture this.
Yourself.
Me, Donna, is it Gwendolyn? Yeah. Sorry,
Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn. I apologize. Chantel, me, and Stephanie, we're all sitting at the airport waiting, and we're all doing EPP, and all of a sudden we all start sharpening our buns with
We
the.
are gonna get TSA asking what's wrong with us.
sure we're gonna.
This is why we can't have sharp objects at the airport.
Yeah.
You weirdos.
They're gonna be looking at us odd.
Oh yeah, they'll be going, "What's wrong with them?"
You just tell them, say, does your wife sew, or your aunt, or your
Do you
grandma?
know anybody that sews?
Tell them that trick. That's
That's funny.
best trick ever. Yeah, my pins are never dull. My needles are never dull.
I am in awe.
You could probably do it with this. You could
This
probably
show is never dull.
You
No.
could probably do it with the sewing machine needle, but I change mine about every 8 hours of sewing. Somewhere
I'm so
around
good
there.
about that. I am so terrible about that.
Leave it to Donna to teach us something new.
That
I feel
was
like on that
never a
note, we
trick
need to
I
like,
don't think I would have come across.
yeah. I feel like that's a great note to end upon here. It's almost
think it is.
midnight and
I don't think we're gonna
Yeah.
talk that tonight.
No,
I don't think so.
The bun or the hair sharpener.
And we have met our maximum there. That is,
That's so cute.
Well, I will show you my little. I got my second one done.
oh, that's cute.
Ooh, I
I'm
love
working
those
on Hexies
colors.
now too. I've given up.
That was really
I
fun.
love those colors.
Well, Chantel and I will be together next week, hyped up on sugar. And
Okay.
Why are you going to be hyped up on sugar?
We're having Cookie Palooza.
She wasn't here.
oh
I don't
yes,
They're baking cookies together at Chantel's house.
with the kids.
Okay. All right.
So we're having
And
cookies.
I'm one of the
all day.
kids.
We'll see y'all next Friday.
And I think we'll be in normal clothing. We'll see.
We'll see.
Oh,
It might-
Try.
it'll be
covered in
2
flour.
o'clock for me, that's for sure.
Y'all go
Maybe
sharpen your pins.
I'm
Y'all
just
get
sharpening them all. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go
That's
through my
hilarious.
stash.
All right, ladies. We'll have a good week. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And we will see you next Friday.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Okay.
too.
All right.
Bye.
Hi guys.